accidental.
Wrong screen.
Or not.
Wrong screen. Wrong screen. Hey, everybody. My Planet Coaster friends for 5 years. Look at the mess we got on screen here. You like my balloons that Chat made?
Balloons.
Relamatap with the 9-month sub. How's it going, Peter?
Everybody. Web and 4 hour yes,
Happy Planet Coaster anniversary. 5 years. We got all the fives. Fives are aligning. Channel 5, Johnny 5. We got 5 balloons over here. And Planko 5-year anniversary. AKA Superman. Wait, what did I see here? Has gifted a sub to Chris Yep Yep. Crimson with a 500 biddy cheer. And he says, Johnny and Channel 5, keeping Planko alive all this time. Thank you so much, Crimmy.
Yeah.
And Hopper with the sub. Thank you. D-Dex with the 7-month resub. Shit is blowing up. We got our Chief Beef covered up by the anniversary today, unfortunately. I didn't really plan this out. I just started plastering stuff all over the screen.
You didn't plan this?
I planned it, but I didn't prepare fast enough. I spent 25 hours on Coaster Spotlight 1000. Yeah. So, I didn't have time to prepare the stream. I getting feedback from someone.
Feedback? Oh, yeah.
Charlie,
Probably
Bear.
me. I'll turn you down. There.
When the Planet Coaster
There
2
we go.
trailer coming out. I wish.
That'll be fun.
Chat's going
The premiere.
crazy. It certainly is. Abby with the 9 months. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Abby.
25 hours. Yeah, it's a 25-hour stream, Bear. So we're just
No.
saying hi and then we just
The
leave. We'll come back
episode
tomorrow.
is 1 hour and 7 minutes. I couldn't get in any shorter. I really tried to get it down to a half an hour. This is my version of a half-hour video.
It's like when you talk.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Frick.
Should make it 2 minutes longer so it's
The
69
game that gave me my first gray hairs, no regrets.
Confetti, please, Johnny.
Confetti.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people that are in the contest right now have gone completely great.
The chat's going so
Yeah.
fast, I don't know who dropped the confetti. Oh, there was Maurice.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Maurice.
I'm not going gray. My hair's turning white.
Oh, we're joined here with
Yeah.
Weapon Fua. I'm so distracted. Webby, been around since the beginning. Fua
Well,
around
close
since
to the beginning.
300 or something, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm-
What was it?
There's a contest. Yeah, I want you guys to get started on the dueling,
Scenario.
the quadruple dueling
Yeah.
exploration coaster contest with movie theme. How's that sound?
What?
Quadruple dueling exploration coaster with a movie theme.
Can you
Get-
please not?
and you have
get
one
us
week.
more anxiety that we already have.
Yeah. And it has to be made completely
thing.
out of TMTK.
No, hi everybody.
Yeah.
Hello, people. People are saying hi to me.
Yeah,
Hello,
gotta
oi.
respond.
Oi.
Oi.
Sublines. Oh, poor Sublines.
That wasn't a joke. There's an official announcement. Yeah. And you get a
So
10
we're
by
just trying
10
to change the
size.
subject here, just moving along. No.
I do really want, as I was going through all the coaster spotlights to make this episode 1000, I noticed that the biggest chunk of my most popular or, favorite videos was the dueling coaster contest. I think we have to revisit that for 2022. I really like that
Your
contest.
favorite.
And I missed some videos. Like I didn't even get Leo Lo's Yin and Yang in there for some reason. There's so many that just get missed. Zell knows when I'm scrolling through the videos, some of them just don't show up for me. I've showed you that. I've screen shared and they're gone. And they just don't exist on my end. He sees them but I don't know why. It's like a creator issue. So I may have missed some of my favorite coasters without even knowing it. And
YouTube.
the only other
Maybe
way
you
to
should
do
just
it,
log out on another account. That's not.
I guess, yeah.
But
But
see it as a one of us.
Pandora! See?
And it's also weird.
I missed that one.
I am an editor on the channel, and I see them.
Yeah, I don't
As
know.
an
What's,
editor.
I don't know what's going on.
But him as the owner, he doesn't see anything.
1,000 by
So-
Last
1,000.
Christmas, I gave you my bark, but the very next day,
The Zell
Oh my
jingle.
God.
you took it away.
Oh, that's the Christmas
A
one.
micro coaster contest? I
No.
definitely want to revisit the dueling coaster contest. Oh my god, we hit a hype train.
Thank
Holly
you,
with
Holly.
the dual gifted subs to Maurice and Rekru. Thank you, Holly. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Well, you know what? I was going to give out 5 games for the 5th year anniversary of Planet Coaster.
Conceivable.
Thanks for following
Um,
Sneakers in.
And means I'll still haven't updated the game list. I think we've been saying that all year.
If you want a game, you can also just DM me and I'll pick something from my Hubble bundle. Can do that as well.
Ready to fall with the 3 months prime. Thank you, buddy. Wow, freaking we. I think you guys broke the sub goal because we definitely got more than 5. I don't know if gifted subs goes towards it. Maybe.
I don't know.
We did all our goals in 5s.
Hey.
Anniversary hype from Relamatap. Thank you for the cheer.
Thank you, Ramata.
Okay, well,
Okay. Trooper.
I forgot how to do this, but I'm going to. Oh no.
So he's just going to start hitting buttons on the keyboard
So
and
I had
see
this.
what happens.
I had this weird problem where I refreshed my browser, like cookies and stuff. I tried to delete my history just to make the internet go faster, and I for some reason it reverted. What?
No.
Sure.
Oh, man, did he say he offered cookies to his
Hey,
browser?
if I did it for a different reason, there's incognito mode for that, you guys. Jesus.
You
Get
get
your
cookies from
head-
there as well.
Cookies. Anyways, what happened was all my favorites and all my bookmarks reverted to some sort of version of my account from 5 years ago. That's how long I haven't reset my cookies, my browser history. It's been 5 years, and somehow all my my stuff is gone. So I don't even have. What's it called? What do you need to do the raffle?
Which?
No, it was like Streamlabs. Was it Streamlabs?
Streamlabs.
Streamlabs. I don't even know if I have the login.
He lost his instruction manual, folks, but we'll be there
Yeah.
shortly.
Yeah. So okay, I could log in with Twitch. No, cause I got hacked on Netflix, and then I started thinking all my passwords were suspicious, so I started changing all of them. My Netflix was stolen.
Wow.
Did you know about incognito mode 5 years ago? I did. Okay. I think I'm in. Cloudbot. Polls, giveaways. Alright. So I think we'll do them in like batches. We'll give 2 games away now, 1 later, and a couple at the end.
I definitely want some more park spotlights with the
Thank
coasters
Badutsanam.
recorded and reshaped.
Okay.
Nice.
We are going to do a raffle. 5 minutes. We're going to pick 2 winners. Exclamation mark raffle. Do I still have that thing? I do.
Let's give them all the badge.
Raffle. What did I just do? Okay.
Raffle.
Raffle. Enter the raffle.
Raffle.
Win a game. Happy anniversary. Boo, 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 boo. Wow, look at all the raffle spam. You guys
Oh,
are
that's
blowing up
Going
chat.
fast.
Yeah.
Damn.
Is there a Discord? I'm new to the channel. There absolutely is a Discord.
Yes.
Charlie? Someone want to link it? I don't know if you're going to be able to find it with all the spam.
Yeah.
The raffle spam. Maybe
Yeah, the
tag
bot shoots.
Charlie.
the bots should send it out every now and then. But,
Yeah, the exclamation mark Discord doesn't work, I don't think. I need to set those things up. My stream is very bare bones newbie stream. That's something I'm going to be rehauling for 2022. I really want to get some cool graphics and overlays.
And it shouldn't take but the whole year.
The link is in chat. For a second.
For a second.
yeah, kind of fast.
Holy moly, 62 raffle tickets given away already.
Woo.
Look at you guys. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum. So we have a lot in store for you guys here today.
Hey Johnny, can I guess on what maybe just one of the rides that made it in?
Sure.
I know what you're gonna say.
Now I'm gonna forget.
The Chief Beef dueling coaster.
Hey yo!
That's not what I was thinking.
It made it
Very
for
mild.
the introduction while I'm explaining the video.
Um,
But I didn't want to
But
include
it's
my
just a
own
video.
creations.
Of
Well,
all Johnny's creations.
I didn't think this. Okay.
Happy
well,
anniversary! Here's all my shit.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. This was a racing dueling coaster, Johnny.
Yeah. I didn't include my own creations, but I
Uh.
gave it like a mention because I showed off a different one.
Oh, okay. Well, the one I'm thinking of, I didn't think you made it. I thought it was like made by Fricker or something.
Chief Beef Dueling Coaster. I made that.
Well, why
How-
come I
how
didn't
dare
figure that
you.
out?
Dare you?
So what we have in store, we have some submissions, user submissions, some teasers, and a couple spotlights. The guys, just to everyone that submitted something to show off on the stream, some were non-videos. I'm not going to download those and boot the Planet Coaster up. We'll just save those for an actual spotlight. I wanted to show mostly teasers. We do have a couple like spotlights. But that means if I show them here today, they won't be a spotlight on the channel. So I mainly wanted teasers. And do we have Class Mammalia in the house? Because I was a little concerned that your park preview, it was 8 minutes and it showed off all the rides, and it looked like it was your mini park contest submission.
I don't think it is for this contest. No, I'm pretty sure it isn't. It's for another. It was for another contest.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo! Sneaky Zane, welcome to Planko. Hottie82
Welcome.
with the resub 3 months in a row. Thank you, Hottie.
Ooh, thank you.
No, Steven, it's not that one. Don't worry.
And by popular request, Johnny, can we see it at night?
We won't.
Steven,
We won't have Planko open. Thank you for the follow, Katrina Kitty Cat. How you doing? Wait, Katarina. Sorry, I always screw that up. Dyslexic.
That's okay, Johnny. I'm Lex Dexic too.
I'm Lex too.
Who you call it, Hottie? Oh, is the raffle over? 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds, exclamation mark, raffle. Last chance. Taking last tickets.
chance.
Well-
Before there's 3 more chances.
Last chance.
Let's
taken.
go.
Well, Trooper, I just kind of like stormed my way in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trooper was asking who let me in.
Aha.
hmm
Maybe we should ask who let him out.
Yeah.
No shave November? Is that a thing? I just never shave in all year.
No shape. Oh.
I escaped.
All right, we're
Is it
picking
one of
winners.
those gross the most mustache.
Our
Oh,
first
let's
winner
go.
from the raffle goes to a fruity shroom.
A fruity shroom. Say something in the chat so we can give you your game.
A fruity shroom. Let me open up
Winner, winner.
Twitch so I can.
There we go. Fruity shroom is talking chat. Oh yeah. Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
A fruity shroom. Fruity shroom.
Let me
Maybe you should stick with that accent all stream, Lex. So.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, no throat left tomorrow. The fruit is room.
Well, now if we're gonna be picking accents,
Picking another winner.
Yeah.
Gold Chain Panda. Gold Chain Panda, are you in the house?
Gold Chain Panda.
Okay, we're gonna pick 3 winners, and then we'll do 2 at the end of the stream.
Cell name review. How did you not know my name?
Gold Chain Panda. Oh wow. Whisper you. All right, and one more.
Thought they were true.
Galcian BTH.
woohoo!
Let's go,
Galcian's in the house.
He's been here since the beginning, practically.
All right, Galcian, if you want the game, say something in chat.
Or not, if you don't want it.
The first moderator.
Oh, aka
Yeah,
Superman with 100 biddies.
Hey, KK.
The B-Day 100. Galcian plays other games. I guess we're not giving it Galcian. He just entered the raffle just cuz.
Oh, yeah, maybe to take away raffle. Thanks for that.
Dramos, first time viewer, how's it going?
Johnny.
All right, should we, what? What'd you say?
Remove raffle from the screen.
Oh. Why is there a line on your face?
I don't know.
I don't know, but there is.
Is that me? Is that a me thing?
It's like
It's
a.
a you thing.
I don't, yeah.
Oh, it's like a light ray. Let me see if I can fix that.
There we go.
No, it's still there.
Yeah, you're overlapping one
Yeah.
another on the screen.
Oh, watch out. There's sunlight in your room, Johnny.
I know. Let me close the window. There, fixed it. I can't get it. I can't get a wink of sunlight in this life. Oh, Galcian said something. Here you go. Pick a non-premium game. All right, you guys all, I sent you whispers on Twitch. You replied back with the game you want from that list. And non-premium game, the premium games, there's very few premium games, but or a list of them that we save for the contest winners. Pick one, and I'll message you your game at the end of the stream. And we'll do a couple more at the end. Oh yeah, the shirt. Representing the Missy Goods, the wonderful Chant, Fua, and Floss.
There we go.
Boop, boop.
Boop, boop.
Ladies of Channel 5.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Only
want
3
to...
ones.
We got everyone here. I was going to say maybe we should save the episode 1000 for later and let people roll in, but we got like 100 viewers, so we might as well just start. All right?
Yeah, why not?
Chan is alive. She came back and won that shop contest this year
Yeah.
and then disappeared again.
Yeah. Bye.
How do you enter a giveaway and what do you get? You do ! raffle, but it's currently closed, and you get a game from the prize pool. There's like 700 games that we have. All courtesy
Yeah,
of
it's a 1 hour video.
Humble
guys.
Bundle.
We are,
Yeah,
I don't know.
the raffle's closed. We're gonna do one again soon, like an hour soon.
yeah, an hour later. An hour and 7 minutes later, we're doing a raffle.
All right, let's do this, my Planet Coaster friends. We got everybody in hype. Can we get a hashtag hype into the chat?
Go!
Everybody, hashtag
Hype,
hype. Hype.
Pipe, pipe.
Let's go. Do you guys want to see the 25 hours in the making of Coaster Spotlight 1000?
Ooh.
Well, it's more like 5 years in the making, kind of, if you really
Kinda,
think
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Play it. Look at all the hype.
Good.
Hype, 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 hype.
Grim.
Got a hype train.
I guess we're just gonna mute ourselves.
I guess so. I'll see you guys in an hour.
Bye now.
Well,
Have fun.
if you guys want, like, I can pause the video, we can talk or whatever, but like that would probably just make things drag out really long.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want to put the the people in Europe where they can't wake up in the morning. They got to work.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
All right.
we'll just mute ourselves.
I mean, I can also, what do you call it? Mute the chat? Deafen myself? Yeah, I'll do that. All right, guys, we're going to switch over to the Coaster Spotlight 1000. Let's
love you guys.
go. And feel free, if you use sound alerts, I don't care. We're going to do a non... Why is Zell's face... Look at his face!
What the hell? Why is this always happening?
Oh, there we go. That was great. We're going to be doing a non-stream version. The original video is going up on YouTube in a few hours from now. So if there's any sound alerts going off and stuff like that, it's fine. Okay? Yeah, I did break Zell. So if I switch over, there's the video. Oh, one sec. Let me turn this Planko music off.
Stop working.
Okay, we're muting this Planko music. It's all quiet now. Here we go. All right, I guess I'll see you guys in an hour. Actually, I'm gonna leave voice comms open just in case you guys need me to pause it for some reason. Okay? Just be very, very quiet.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting a rabbit.
Mute your mics and unmute them if you need to make me stop for some reason. Okay, here we go. Enjoy the video, guys. I'll see you soon. Today I have a very special video for you guys, as this is a monumental milestone, as it is Coaster Spotlight 1000. Holy good googly moogly. We've done 1,000 episodes. And it just so happens to be exactly video number 3000 overall on this channel. It also is exactly the 5-year anniversary date of Planet Coaster, as November 17th, 2016, Planet Coaster was born. To top it off, it's also my channel's 5th anniversary on YouTube. The stars couldn't have aligned more perfectly on these numbers. You can't write this stuff, you guys. Wow. So what I have in store for you guys today is 100 of the best coasters over 5 years and 1,000 Spotlight episodes. Yes, that's right. I went through every single coaster Spotlight on the channel, picked out as many of my favorites as possible, then narrowed it down to exactly 100. So just remember, these are my personal, most memorable creations for my personal reasons. Also, these do not include any parks, rides, and exclude most of the contests, since they were never included in the Coaster Spotlight series, but I still had to bring back a handful because they were coasters after all. So if you're thinking of a very memorable creation, it could have been a ride or a park, which are excluded from this series. Keep that in mind. So if your name didn't make this list, do not feel bad, because you are still included in the 1,000 episode journey to get to this point. So you are all Hall of Famers in my eyes. So the way we're going to be doing this is I will leave a number at the top of the screen, which will mark the episode that we're on, and we're going to go in order from oldest to latest. This is not a ranked from 100 to 1 top coasters. It's in the order of which the series started. The intros will be shortened down versions of the old original intros, just the name and the creation, so we can hear a little bit of young Johnny cringe. I will then clip in a few second voiceover afterwards, letting you know why I picked this for the top 100. So let's delay no further and get right on into it. Nuclear Inferno, created by Mick Dread. Episode number 1, where it all began with Mick Dread's Nuclear Inferno. This was the craziest thing I saw in the workshop, and the funny thing about that is I was wanting to do spotlights on people's creations, so I went to the workshop. I grabbed one coaster, one ride, and one park, and I did one of each without their permission from the workshop page. And in these 3 videos, I put a link to my email and said, if you want to get featured, email me. After episode 1 of each, I never went back to the workshop ever again. Every single submission up until this point was sent in, but started via email. I absolutely love this thing. At Return to Zero by Foo Films. This is the first time I saw something that was what I thought wasn't possible. I thought this person was using a supercomputer or some sort of cheat to get this much stuff in there. I actually couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I didn't quite understand what was going on. And this was the first kind of computer melter that I ever saw. And this was back on my old Radeon R9 290 card, which could not run this thing at all. Oh my god! Oh, the fire! Is Arcadia Rising, Land of Legends by Brian Hopkins. The first time we ever saw an exploration coaster, and Galcian BTH's first ever submission. And I remember that email. They came in through an email, no submission form, and Brian Hopkins sent me an email, and I thought, oh, this looks interesting. And then my mind was blown. And that actually set the inspiration for the upcoming exploration coaster contests, which was one of the first coaster contests. This has got to be one of my favorite coasters, guys. This is so amazing. Foxy's Racing Track by Riddler Revenge 75. This is Riddler's second submission ever. He was actually episode number 2 with the Tesla coaster, but I actually wanted to show this instead because I had to narrow things down. But this is the first time we saw a Mobius synchronized coaster, and back then in Planet Coaster you could not dual synchronize coasters. This was the only way. And I just remember thinking, this is incredible. And eventually it inspired me to make my own Mobius coaster, and we started this whole fad. Looking at The Cube of Illusion by Pixelated. Pixelated's first ever creation, and it went viral with over 250,000 views. One of the most popular videos on this channel to date, and it had that thumbnail of the spiraling Cube of Illusion, and everyone was drawn to it. And from there, Pixelated became a legend of this community. He was so inspired by all the views on his video that he just went on a rampage. Or Upside Down. Wow. Okay. This is really weird. It's Firewatch The Ride, and there's 2 videos for this. Firewatch was the first display of insane triggered events in Planet Coaster with over 1,300 triggers. The fire, the water, everything was custom trigger made, and we didn't know that this was possible at the time. We had very few people play around with triggered events on coasters up until this point, and Firewatch was the first one to kind of lead the way on triggered events. Wow, look at the smoke. This is Limbo the Ride, created by Pixelated. Pixelated returned after the Cube of Illusion to create Limbo, using only light and dark, white and black, to showcase doing something completely out of the box and original based off of the game Limbo, and an absolutely magical display of illusions. Looking at Heart of Darkness, Mine Train by Zephyr. Zephyr's first ever submission for Coaster Spotlight. He was actually one of the very first ride spotlights on this channel, but I just had to include the Heart of Darkness because Zephyr is an absolute legend. He eventually became a moderator, and he helps out with all the contests, all the submission forms. He runs the Discord. He's changed everything on the Discord, and it goes all the way back to episode 41 and even episode 2 of Ride Spotlight. Zephyr has been here from the beginning, and now he's running the show more so than me. So everybody give it up for Zephyr, an absolute legend. And this is where it began for him in Coaster Spotlight. Is Dolores Hybrid RMC, created by Galcian BTH. Galcian also inspired by all the views on his Arcadia Rising. He came back with vengeance and doing the Westworld at a time when the Westworld TV series was on fire. He decided to make a coaster based off of this. And it is also a moment on the channel where I started experimenting using a webcam for my spotlights. And that didn't last very long because you guys said my face was distracting. At the Wendell wooden coaster created by Lauren. This is the very first ever submission from Jubilante/Lauren, who soon became very dear friends of mine, and she actually helped out with the very first submission form, and she helped me run the Discord at that point. She was the first Zaphor of kinds, and she helped organize the Discord. She helped with the submission forms. At this point, I stopped taking emails. But for the first 100 plus submissions between coasters and parks, I was taking them all through emails, and it was getting very disorganized. So big shout out to Lauren, who came in and helped me get organized with spotlight submissions. And Wendell was her very first creation. Looking at Twisted Mountain high-speed inverted coaster created by Tommy T067. Tommy T's very first ever creation. He was so unimpressed with his own creation, partially from some of the feedback that I gave him. He deleted it off his workshop and went on a creation rampage that never ended to this day. And I have never given Tommy any feedback since that creation. Looking at Cosmic Cow Raceway created by Lauren.
Heyo.
Heyo. So the Cosmic Cow Raceway created by Lauren was inspired by my Chief Beef Raceway, which I'm not showing here because I don't want to include myself in this top 100, but I definitely wanted to include this because they were a pair. It was Chief Beef and Cosmic Cow, two dueling raceways based off the Mobius coaster, which was also based off episode 8, Foxy's Racing Track by Riddler Revenge, and it went on to create a giant Mobius racing coaster fad, and we probably saw one of almost every theme after that moment. And it all started with Riddler Revenge, Lauren, and myself with these 3 Mobius coasters. And to this day, I still want to see more. I love them. Looking at Dread, a horror coaster created by Pixelated, first ever true dark ride experience in Planet Coaster. And I did use the face cam for this one. I wanted people to see my reaction, and it was kind of like a reaction dark ride coaster, and probably the one and only time that I ever did this. It was really the first ever coaster dark ride that we've seen on the channel. A very memorable creation. We're going to be looking at Gateway's Triple Battle Coaster by Riddler Revenge 75. Riddler came back to show us how it's done after he saw the 2 Mobius dueling coasters, and he came with the triple Mobius dueling coaster, the first ever created, and I want to say maybe one of the only ever created, with the gigantic triple Mobius Giga Coaster. Today I have a very special guest joined with me.
Heyo.
Joined with young Jamie. Young Jamie is, 12 years old?
13.
13.
Yep.
Jammy's first ever submission, and based off the fad that was started from all the Mobius racing coasters. And we even had him on the episode as a special guest. Young Jamie, what a creator, and he was a big part of the early stages in this community. A very active young community member, and got to give a shout out to Jamie here. We're looking at Dry Kinney Achterbach, butchered it, created by Borna Valesh. An amazing dueling coaster, a Mobius at that, because they still didn't have dueling at this point, but gigantic wooden coasters. I think it was wooden coasters, either that or RMC. But it was the first submission ever from Born Valesh. I don't know if you guys remember him, but he was also a very active community member in the very early stages. Gave me a lot of advice on YouTube and just helped me out in that sort of way. Shout out to Born Valesh. Where are you at? How you doing these days, buddy? Looking at 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea Ride by Bampilto 1X. Brad Hamilton's first ever submission. He went by the name of B. Hamilto 1X back then, and this is what started a trend in his movie coaster experience creations with 20 Leagues Under the Sea. And he went on to make just about every movie out there, and he was one of the biggest inspirations for the movie coaster contests that came way later. We're looking at The Walking Dead Park, created by Extraordinaire, and in this episode, he's going to be my special guest.
Hello.
Yeah, I think I interrupted you. Say hello again.
Hello again.
So Extraordinaire's first ever coaster spotlight submission, and at the time, Walking Dead was huge on HBO or whatever it was, and this was just a truly memorable creation. I remember having him on as a guest for that, and back then we did have lots of guests on. It was almost every other episode we had a guest. Maybe that's something we should bring back for 2022. But yes, Extraordinaire was an absolutely extraordinary creator, and The Walking Dead was no exception.
Gonna be Terra Rising, created by fan favorite Galcian BTH.
Episode 100, and who else would it be other than Galcian, was the first legend to be represented from his numerous memorable creations in the first 100 spotlights. I didn't show off all his creations, but up until this point, I think he was featured 3 or 4 times on the channel in the first 100. So it only made sense for him to mark the giant milestone of 100 episodes with Terra Rising from Final Fantasy VI.
Episode The Tron Ride Experience, created by Tommy T.
Tommy T came back for vengeance with his massive creation in Tron. I think he had featured a couple other times, but yeah, he went on a rampage to create some of the best storytelling, action, exploration coasters, the whole mix of them. And Tron was the one that really solidified him as one of the most legendary creators at the time.
At Elemental Fury, the 4 Chambers, created by Combat Wombat.
Speaking of legendary creations and creators, Combat Wombat's first appearance with the epic 9-kilometer coaster. I think this might have been the longest coaster we had ever seen at the time of this channel. 9 kilometers is quite outstanding, and Combat Wombat was quickly known for his exploration and madness coasters, and he quickly rose to the top, and it all started here.
At the Tron Legacy Ride, created by B. Hamilton 1X.
Brad Hamilton coming out to challenge Tommy T's Tron coaster with a Tron coaster of his own, based off of Tron Legacy, which offered a completely different experience, as Tron from Tommy was the original and Brad did the Legacy, which is the sequel. And I don't even know if this was intentional, but they were almost within a week of each other. Really cool.
Oh, at Jack and the Beanstalk, created by Whitesider.
Whitesider's first ever coaster submission, and he has gone on to be one of the most legendary creators in this community, and he's been around all the way since episode 154. Wow. Shout out to Whitesider.
The 1% Luxury Park, created by Fricker.
Fricker's first ever submission, and I gotta tell you, this batch, the 1% Luxury Park, I remember the coaster, the parks at the time, what I was doing, I had this kind of like a tropical vibe going on, and I was doing a lot of island adventure stuff, and I can remember the time so clearly when I was doing all these recordings, and I remember really enjoying the 1% Luxury Park, but it was actually a coaster, and this was one of the earliest creations where it's a whole little mini park dedicated to one little coaster, and you know, Fricker was one of the first to do that, so shout out to Fricker.
Looking at Glacier Valley Twist dueling spinning coasters, created by Zafor.
Zafor, one of many creations from Zafor. I couldn't pick them all, but he's showing us how to bend the limits of dueling coasters with the no collision feature that was added in, and he completely hid the track underneath the coaster, making these spinning coasters look like they were skating around. And I remember thinking, wow, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen at that time. Galcian back on a roll. He returns with one of the most epic sci-fi creations ever made, which, fun fact, was actually inspired by episode 3 that we showed off, Return to Zero.
Looking at Pegasus and Bellerophon dual single track coaster, created by Fricker.
This video went kind of viral with over 200,000 views because of his ingenuity and the creation shown in the thumbnail of one coaster on top and an inverted coaster underneath. It was the first ever that somebody combined 2 tracks together and they followed each other, but one was on top and one was suspended below. And yeah, this was just mind-blowing at the time. And it's no wonder it went semi-viral.
Looking at Superman's Fortress of Solitude, created by Web Searcher.
This is Web Searcher's very first coaster submission, and I want to say one of his only coaster submissions. He wasn't that big into Coaster Spotlight, but it does go to show that Web Searcher has been around since the very, very beginning, and he too is a moderator in the community, the Discord community, even to this day. Shout out to Web Searcher, we love you, buddy.
Looking at Pump Jack, created by Dr. Fugo.
Dr. Fugo, he was a early creator on the show too, and Pump Jack was just absolutely amazing. I loved everything about it. There's just this hot steel and fire and craziness to it, and I just remember loving that episode. And shout out to Dr. Fugo, one of the earlier members in this community. So I'm going to go over a few of the Exploration Coaster Contest winners here, starting with Chant's very first submission ever, and she went on to win just about everything after that. I think to this day, she is the #1 ranking contest winner at the top of the leaderboards in Discord. And that is right, thanks to Zafor, there's a point system and a leaderboard for contest winners. The more you win, the higher you climb in the leaderboard. And I believe Chant is at the very, very top. And she basically hasn't competed in a contest for the last couple years. She made an appearance just this year, won a shop contest, and has disappeared again. But big shout out to Chant, because her very first submission ever was Jurassic Expedition. And this one took second place in the beginner bracket. The next one is the Ice Queen from Sags, and this is Sags' very first ever submission, and she went on to be a dominant female in the contest community as well, competing in almost every single contest with Chant, and it was very entertaining to see all these amazing female creators coming out and just destroying the competition. We miss you, Sags. Come back to us, compete in some more contests, as well as you, Chant. All right, Skull Island from Floss. This might be one of the first ever submissions from Floss. I want to say that this contest alone brought out some of the best females out of the workshop, and they just came in and dominated this contest. I want to say this is one of the first submissions from Floss, and it quickly became one of the most epic pirate creations in the Planet Coaster history. Skull Island was absolutely memorable, for sure. Dragon Scale, created by XRBZ. This might be one of their only creations on the channel, and they came in and took second place in the highest bracket, and I think just might have left after that. But it was the most mind-blowing X Dimension coaster ever showcased on the channel to date. I want to say even one of the only X Dimension coasters we had ever seen. This might have been included in a Planet Coaster update as of recently in these videos. So we didn't see a whole lot of X Dimension coasters. And the winner of the entire contest, taking the crown, was Into the Jungle by Combat Wombat, showing how it's done, winning the first ever major coaster contest with a legendary adventure exploration coaster, Into the Jungle. Looking at Rust Scraptown Legends, created by Tetsuo 303. One of, if not the first submission from Tetsuo 303, who went on to be an absolute legend in this community. At one point, I felt like I was featuring Tetsuo and Zafor once a week, to the point where I was thinking that they were the same person because they had the same build style with these compact, crazy, blueprint-only coasters. And Tetsuo 303, I want to give a big shout out to, because he was part of the early stages of the community, and he recently came back and submitted to, I think it was the Mini Park contest last year. And it was great to see you come back. And a lot of these names on this list, we'll see names that just kind of faded away, people that left. And it's great to see people that are still in the community or returning.
So shout out to Tetsuo. This is the Tacos Through Time coaster experience created by Taco King. What do you even say? This was where Tacos Through Time was born, and Taco King made his name in the community. He went on to create Tacos Through Time 2 and even 3 to complete the whole trilogy. I'm not going to show the whole trilogy, but we're going to show the very first one, because it all started here in the early days with Tacos Through Time 1 at episode 190, and it almost went through the whole span up to 1,000 episodes as he recently finished it, I want to say, this year. Looking at Hammond Fusion, created by Ben Hammond. Shout out to Ben Hammond. He had created a bunch of coasters on the channel so far that it didn't make it to this list. They were on the list, and then I had to remove them, and I figured he's going to get this feature here with Ham Fusion anyways, but he made Chivalry and a couple others that I really loved, and somehow Ben found a way to combine all his creations that he ever made into one giant coaster experience. I have no idea how he pulled that off. He obviously recreated the terrain and then imported the objects and blueprinted it all and pieced it together, and he made a giant puzzle piece of all his epic exploration coasters. And that is the first and only time it's ever been done. So shout out to Ben Hammond with that legendary creation. We've made it to 200, and I'm joined with Tommy.
Hey, everybody.
And Floss.
Heyo.
And this is Thar, a pirate experience high-speed epic coaster created by Tommy T and Floss. The milestone of 200, taking inspiration from contest winner Floss's Skull Island. Floss and Tommy T teamed up to make the next biggest, most legendary pirate coaster experience in Planet Coaster history with Thar, a pirate experience. And I believe I even had them on as guests for episode 200. It was a joy. And Floss and Tommy T went on to do a bunch of crazy cool projects together that may or may not have made this list. Looking at Nightingale, created by Synchros. The one and only Synchros, and his very first creation ever, Nightingale. And boy, oh boy, soon after, me and Synchros became good buddies, playing all sorts of games. Eventually, he became a moderator and even started helping out with some of the videos. I remember Nightingale, I remember his submission and him talking about how he's watched all the episodes and he's taken the feedback, and he came in and did it all right with starting with Nightingale and then following up with several creations throughout the history of the show until he eventually started doing some videos of his own. So big shout out to Synchros. I love you, buddy. This is Portal 2, created by Brown Eyes. So Portals 2, a mind-blowing experience showing a perfect recreation of the Portals tech, but in Plinko. I could not believe how this was designed and how you could see other rooms through other portals. All the different dimensions and angles where he had to recreate multiple rooms, because if you see them through a portal, it has to make sense. And I thought at the time this was the craziest thing I had ever seen. Today, I'm joined with Combat Wombat.
Hello.
And we're going to be looking at Planetfall Futuristic Battle Coaster. So another Combat Wombat creation here, Planetfall. Not only did I have him as a guest on this one, but this is a very special one because it was the introduction video to an entire week of Combat Wombat videos that we called Wombat Week. Oh my goodness. The Heist in the West, created by Ben Hammond and Wix. Two all-star legends, Ben Hammond and Wix, teaming up in this incredible Western experience. Now, I gotta say, as I was going through the spotlights, I didn't see that many from Wix. I know he was big into blueprints. I know he submitted a couple coaster spotlights. And if I did miss anyone on this list, my apologies, because as I'm scrolling through YouTube, sometimes some of the videos don't show up on my end. And I've had that problem for a very long time. But I know Wix did this really epic swamp coaster, and I don't think that made it to the list. So I just want to give an extended shout out to Wix, as he has done some incredible coaster spotlights in the past. But at least the heist between him and Ben Hammond made it to the list here, and it was absolutely sensational. Mountain Rescue X Dimension Coaster created by J.R. Tinman. So this here creation is one from the storytelling contest, which was actually a mixture between rides and coasters, and it was not numbered as a coaster or ride spotlight. It was completely independent on its own. But this was my all-time favorite creation from the entire contest, so I'm including it here, and everybody's mind was blown. It was the first introduction to the legend J.R. Tinman, which he just came in, wrecked all the contests, got first place in everything he ever did, and then he disappeared. I gotta let this video run for a second and show you what this episode was all about. Unstable. Wow, look at the avalanche.
Yeah, very cool avalanche.
Whoa.
I told you so. That's great.
Wow.
Wow, running from the avalanche is really awesome.
2. My eyes are watering. This is
That is
the best thing I've ever seen. Oh my god. This is Riddler Week Day 5, and in today's episode we're going to be looking at Adrenaline, created by Riddler Revenge 75. So Riddler Revenge 75 back at it again, and this is a very important episode because it's one of 7 amazing creations from Riddler that was featured in a marathon that we called Riddler Week. Wow. At Ailstorm Quadruple Dueling Gnarler Coaster created by Fubar. This is the first time I ever saw quadruple synced coasters, and a gigantic wooden one at that. This must have been shortly after Frontier updated their game to add in dual synchronized coasters. Only took 300 episodes, but we got there, and now you can dual synchronize coasters in Planet Coaster without having to force the Mobius trick. Today's episode, we're going to be looking at Infinity Engine created by Combat Wombat. So, episode 300, another major milestone with the Infinity Engine from Combat Wombat. And we chose this legend to the community because of his monstrous, monumental, occasional reappearances throughout all 300 episodes. He must have been featured over a dozen times by now, especially because the 7-episode Wombat Week that we showed off of him between 200 and 300. This is V for Vendetta, the ride created by J.R. Tinman. So I'm going to talk about one creation from the movie coaster contest, which was unnumbered. All the creations that we featured in that contest were still not included in the Coaster Spotlight episodes. Now, why am I showing V for Vendetta? Because it was technically a second place winner and not a first, but it's also a controversial creation is what makes it memorable to me. So this contest was a 4,000 piece limit, but J.R. Tinman found a way to wrap a single rail coaster round and round until it formed rooms, tunnels, and more, making this creation seem like it was an endless part count park file, when in fact it was only a blueprint. Some people thought it was cheating, others like myself thought it was innovative. The creation ended up placing second, and many people in the community thought he was robbed. At this time, this is when we still had 3 judges and doing the scoring system, and it was this very creation with the community outcries that made me start doubting my ways. That's when I started thinking about moving the judging to the public. I gotta say, judging these contests was always a nail biter, and eventually, because of a creation like this, and misjudging it as the community thought it deserved first, I'm glad I was able to learn from those mistakes to make the judging more fair in the future. And at Helium, a flying wooden coaster created by Crimsalt. So, Helium! Balloons holding up and suspending a coaster in the sky. What a cool creation, and Crimsalt's very first creation ever. Episode 323, pretty early on into the channel's lifespan. Crimsalt has got to be one of the most dedicated members, as he is part of the live stream Cozy Crew every single stream. Shout out to Crimsalt. Thank you so much for all your support, and I love hanging out with you, buddy. Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, looking at Fajor Dwarven Quadruple Drop Coaster created by Adrian Van S. A memorable first-time entry from Adrian Van Sorgen, utilizing quadruple synced coasters that got punched out of the drop with fists and pushed around the amazing coaster layout. Adrian quickly became one of my new favorite creators with this creation. He even eventually sent me some clogs signed by Adrian, Pixelated, and Riddler Revenge 75, three of my all-time favorite creators for sure. Looking at Jekyll and Hyde dueling coasters created by Floss. A very unique dueling coaster experience from one of my favorite creators, Floss. This coaster almost mirrored a dueling coaster, but each experience being completely opposite. It quickly became a fan favorite and up there in my top viewed videos with almost 100,000 views. Wow, great job, Floss. At Planet Extreme Skate Park Coaster and Climbing Wall created by Adrian Van S. You could almost call this the Adrian Van Sorgen week with the amount of back-to-back incredible features he had, most which I couldn't even fit on this list without it being unfair. But this skateboard ramp coaster in Planko had to make this list. No visibles tracks, pure vert skating, and it much reminded me of this creation that we saw from Zaphor with Glacier Valley Twist. But now it's pure vert skating, and I'm a fan. I grew up as a skater kid, and this one really hit home for me. Transistor the Ride contest submission sent in by one of our Discord new builders, Sublines. So we're going to talk about the Video Game Coaster Contest 1, which was the first contest ever to enter the spotlight numbers, starting with Subline's Transistor Ride, and it was new builder Sublines, as you guys saw, and I want to say it's his very first submission, being he was new builder and all, and boy oh boy did I love this creation indeed. I've gone to talk about this very particular ride in many episodes and streams. This creation is one I can never forget, and I also think it took first place in that bracket back then. And this here is the Mad Mining Corporation created by Adrian Van S. Episode 400, another massive milestone featuring none other than the recent Adrian Van Sorgen, as he was featured so many times between 300 and 400, making a mark on the community until abruptly disappearing once again. This is the first coaster to be spotlit, utilizing the mine train coaster hanging in an inverted suspended state, and I absolutely loved it. I love seeing this feature used from the moment it was presented this day, and I always think back to this episode when I see somebody hanging a mine train coaster. And this one is also up there in my most viewed videos with almost 200,000 views. Age of Empires 2 contest submission sent in by one of our Discord advanced builders, Furana. Mrs. Furana! I want to say this is Fua's very first submission ever, and a contest at that. She mostly competed in the contest and never really submitted a spotlight, if I remember correctly. But starting at an advanced builder from obviously a loaded workshop, Furana then decided to compete in this contest and did very well with Age of Empires. I really loved how she recreated all the buildings, all the little pieces, and colored them towards their factions. And yeah, it was Age of Empires in Planko. Really fantastic job. One of my favorite creations from Furana to this date. And Fua has gone on to be one of our helpful moderators in this community and a good friend of mine. So shout out to Fua. Thank you for everything that you do. Keep on rocking. Minecraft The Ride contest submission sent in by one of our Discord advanced builders, Afro Sheep. The first and only time we've seen anyone build out an entire Minecraft world in Planet Coaster. A tedious task indeed, but it paid off, as over 80,000 people watched Afro Sheep's wonderful Minecraft creation. World of Warcraft contest submission sent in by one of our Discord advanced builders, Tyrus Zeta. This is one of my all-time favorite creations in the video game contest series. A battle between orcs and humans. one of my favorite games growing up, and still I revisit World of Warcraft to this day, a very nostalgic creation with impeccable details. Dead Rising, the coaster, contest submission sent in by one of our Discord expert builders, Deadeye Duck. The unforgettable Deadeye Duck added again with a perfect recreation of Dead Rising 1 video games mall, utilizing the zombie animatronics like never seen before. I believe this is Deadeye Duck's first time making the list, but he was a prominent creator from all the ride spotlights, the parks, and that sort of thing. And now he's known for all the Theme Maker Toolkit stuff that he contributes to the community. So big shout out to Deadeye Duck. Some of these creations out there wouldn't be the same without your TMTK assets. Batman Arkham Asylum, contest submission sent in by one of our Discord master builders, Mad. Absolutely mad dark ride experience from the one and only Madman himself. Not to be mistaken with the Madman, it's just Mad. The Madman is a newer member to this community, but Mad is the old school OG, and this is the first time I've seen Planet Coaster in a really grim atmosphere that I didn't believe what I was seeing. This is one creation that I have to go back and use Reshade for. Luigi's Mansion, contest submission sent in by one of our Discord legend builders, Chant. Now, this one is an honorable mention, which is a little weird because it actually wasn't a coaster spotlight. In case you don't remember, we allowed track rides in this contest, many of them which I wanted to include, such as like a Donkey Kong Mario Kart Racing. There were so many good track ride ones in this contest, but they were rides and they weren't a part of the Coaster Spotlight series. But the reason I'm giving the exception to Chant's creation here is because it won the entire contest, beating out all the other amazing coasters. Chant showing what can be done with magic and trickery in a pixelated style of her own and smashing the competition yet again. Cosmic Cows Crazy Cream Barm, contest submission sent in by Leark. So now we're moving on to the Planko Mascot Coaster Contest, which just abruptly came right after, rolled from the video game contest into this one. And this time we were going with blueprints, 4,000 blueprints to see what you can do. And this was one of my favorite contests to date. And we're going to show off a handful of the ones from this contest, starting with the Cosmic Cows Crazy Creamery, and I just love Cosmic Cow themed stuff, and this creation was perfect in every way. Okay, the Coffee Boiler, contest submission sent in by one of our Discord master builders, Gushin28. Next up is Gushins. First time making it in the list on this episode. As a master builder, this had me a little bit confused, as Gushin is such a memorable creator. Looking back at his workshop, this is in fact his first and last ever submission. Please come back to us, Gushin. But he actually was a dominant contender in the other shop, ride, and scenario contests over the years. It just took him this long to get to a coaster. All right, Tiki Tiki Zoom Zoom, contest submission sent in by one of our Discord master builders, Synchros. And the last one I want to show from the Planko Mascot Contest is Tiki Tiki Zoom Zoom. Bringing back the Mobius racing fad is Synchros, and with a bang. Just when I thought the fad was dying off, several hundred episodes later, Synchros comes forward with this incredible creation, and it brings it right back. Loved everything about this one, and it's one of the strongest Tiki Cheeky coasters on the channel to date. Coaster Spotlight episode 500. That is right, we are halfway to 1,000, everybody. Never thought we would make it this far when I first started doing this, but here we are, guys. Mass Effect 2 video game coaster dark ride, created by one of our master builders, Miss Red Nebula. 500, another major milestone, the halfway mark technically of this video, but we're speeding up in numbers as we go along. And this was another dominant female creator in the community, Miss Red Nebula. I was wondering why she didn't make the list earlier, and looking back at her workshop, she too participated in mostly everything other than coasters. One of my favorites being Dr. Skitter's House of Critters Halloween contest entry and Gulpy's Playhouse shop contest submission. I really hope to see you make it back to the Planet Coaster, Miss Rebula, because we love loved your creations, and a big tribute to you being episode 500. Well deserved indeed. Looking at the Midas Touch created by Floss. Along with many other Planet Coaster updates was one allowing you to trigger recolor objects. Floss jumped on this opportunity to create the Midas Touch, where everything you passed turned to gold. To this day, nothing like it has been created. We've seen very few people use this feature, yet alone base an entire ride around it. The Midas Touch. You could say it was one touching ride. Amazing work, Floss. We're looking at Lost in Cambodia, created by Lawnman. Another very talented lady in this community. Was quite surprised to see her place so late in the spotlights, as I remember a number of creations from her on the channel. I believe her earliest submission was the journey through Alcatraz, which somehow I missed getting on this list. She was also recently featured this year, which is something you're gonna have to wait for on this list. Super happy to still see you creating remarkable exploration coaster adventures, Lawman. Looking at Dishonored 2, the ride created by Brad Hamilton. Wow, just wow. This might be my all-time favorite creation from Brad Hamilton. I also believe this is the first time he changed his official Discord name to be from B Hamilton 1X to Brad Hamilton. I love Dishonored game series, and this was depicted beautifully. I think this is another creation I need to go back for with Reshade. We're looking at Snow Crash, created by Schmitty the Pirate. So this actually was the first ever bobsled coaster from yet another Planko update, which brought a whole bunch of new rides, including the bobsled. So shout out to Schmitty the Pirate for being the first to make it with the bobsled. At Expedition Icarus, alien exploration coaster created by Combat Wombat. Combat Wombat showing everyone what can be done with the recent No Limits painting features in Planko. It was an update that included the ability to customize your terrain palette, and this is where Expedition Icarus was born, with one of the most unique terrain landscapes seen to date, utilizing the custom paint palette. Looking at Ghost Town Wasteland, created by Warmgar. The one and only Warmgar. And the first time mentioned in this list. While I was going through the creations, I clicked this one thinking, oh, I loved that ride, to only discover, in fact, it was Warmgar's first ever submission, who is still a very active creator in the Planko community. Keep it up, Warmgar. Love you, buddy. At Eternal Dawn, created by Zaphor. Yes, Eternal Dawn by Zaphor. Was waiting for this one. Zaphor has so many creations on this channel that I just couldn't fit them all in. But this one has got to be one of my all-time favorites from him, showing how to make a Giga Coaster from a 4K blueprint. At The Matrix Reloaded ride experience, created by none other than Brad Hamilton. The big milestone 600, featuring none other than Brad Hamilton for his years of amazing movie coaster ride experiences. And The Matrix Reloaded was loaded full of details that were just absolutely breathtaking. At a Journey to the Core exploration coaster created by, oh, I'm gonna butcher this one, La Allow. I can't do it. So we're gonna start talking about some exploration coaster contest 2 submissions, starting with Leolo's first time on this list, and quickly became a very memorable creator to go on and dominate not only this contest, almost every contest after, until he was eventually crowned the Coaster King. And he did that in last year's mini park contest, which won't be shown here because it's a park spotlight. But Leole, absolute legend. We're looking at Trek Exploration Coaster, created by Kitsch. First time for Kitsch here, and this might have been my favorite creation of the entire Exploration Coaster contest series. Kitsch making a solid first impression to go on and create so many more legendary coasters. But I remember freaking out about Trek Biome Island And this was quite a long episode because I just couldn't get enough of it. We're looking at Arctic Island Exploration Coaster created by Mina. The last video before I left everyone hanging for 4 months in the middle of a contest, to then return with my journey back video and resume where we left off. But with a new improved channel, new thumbnails, new intros, new editing styles. But at the very least, I left you all with an awesome episode to re-watch in my absence, with Mina's Arctic Island Exploration, which is one of my all-time favorite winter-themed coasters ever. We're looking at Skull Island 2, created by Deadeye Duck. Returning back, making videos again after my break over 2 years, 500 episodes in between. Skull Island, it now makes a return with twice the coaster track, twice the details, and twice the awesomeness. Will we see a return for a trilogy 2 years later between Skull Island 2? We're looking at Train Through Transylvania, created by FSF Ranger. The last submission of the Exploration Coaster Contest to FSF Ranger, a legend in this community, yet his first time being listed in this video, and that is because he mainly focuses on dark rides for Ride Spotlight. In fact, he was one of the very first ever Ride Spotlights on the show. So an honorable mention here for sure, and this creation, I believe, won top 3 overall in the Exploration Contest. Is Blueheim, created by Galcium BTH. My true first Spotlight back since the Journey Back video, and with including all my new and improved changes for the show. And same to be said for Galcian, as his long-awaited return after being trapped in Azeroth for a couple years. He came back with a vengeance and created the biggest coaster to be featured on the show to date. Which again, I want to mention, he eventually ended up beating that with the biggest coaster ever with an 8-mile drop. But that was featured in Park Spotlight just a few weeks ago.
Heyo everybody, it's Synchros here, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight. In today's episode, we have 3 awesome adventure blueprints for you guys, so stay tuned and let's dive on in.
One of the first Coaster Spotlight bundles, which was a new addition / segment added to the show featuring 3 coasters per episode. And this is where Synchros jumped in doing the Spotlight videos on a weekly basis to help get more content out to you wonderful people. So this one is a shout out to Synchros, the bundles, Graf, Hugo, Erebus, and Jock for being featured in one of the first bundles. And this will likely be one of the only bundles included in this video, since it's simply hard to track and organize all the coasters within the bundles. So an additional shout out to all the amazing creators who were featured in the coaster bundle episodes.
Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Xelixor here, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight. In today's video, we're going to be checking out 3 different creations with 3 different themes. So stay tuned and let's check it out.
Okay, I lied. The very next shout out is a bundle. But this is also a special moment as it's Xelixor's very first ever video on the channel, and he still to this day helps out in creation of the content on the channel from time to time. Forgot to mention, with these bundles, we did over 100 episodes of these over the next years with 3 coasters each. That's technically additional 300 plus coasters, and with the previous contests that weren't listed, we're technically well over 1,500 coasters spotlighted.
Heyo!
And Synchros!
Hi guys.
And welcome to episode 700! We made it! With The Mortuary, created by Darks. Another big milestone with 700, the legendary young man Darks. While it's his first shout out here, he is featured in many bundles, contests, and other segments of the show throughout the years. And a well-deserved spot on this special moment of episode 700 for featuring a unique 8K coaster combining 2 4K blueprints together. Is World of Warcraft Horde versus Alliance. All right, we're going to jump into and talk about some submissions, a lot of submissions actually, from the Dueling Coaster Contest, which originally was Chant's idea. She wanted heroes versus villains, and we kept on allowing people say, well, what if I want 3 things? And it ended up changing into just a something versus something contest because people wanted more, and we didn't get our heroes and we didn't get our villains. So one day we should probably bring back this dueling coaster contest as heroes versus villains, as originally intended by Chant, but only if we can get her back to participate. How's that sound? Anyways, our first creation here is Horde versus Alliance by Happy Camper, and it's Happy Camper's first submission, who has gone on to absolutely dominate in every contest since, including this one. Taking a page out of my old favorite Warcraft creation from Tyra Zeta in the video game contest, Happy Camper has found a way to make a new improved version with Horde versus Alliance. With Samurai versus Ninja, created by Zacko Slacko. Seems as if all my favorites of the Dueling Coaster contest are all new names to the community. The contest really brought in a lot of new legendary creators. Zacko is no slacko with this creation. It was almost a full-on mega park where the coasters battled one another through the entirety of it. Things with Prince of Persia Dahaka, created by SC Reconcile. One of the biggest moments in this channel's Coaster Spotlight history is in fact Prince of Persia. Not only another new name to the community with SC Reconcile, but also a beginner who ended up winning the best of overall in the contest, and he was the first ever crowned as the Coaster King, which was the best overall creator would be crowned the Coaster King until the next following contest. And shout out to Zayfor for making this all possible and helping out with that. And every major contest since, we have been crowning a new Coaster King, and I think we have 4 of them total. But SC Reconcile was the very first with episode 757, Prince of Persia. Looking at Invaded Skylines, created by The Madman. Our first introduction to one of the craziest builders in the community, The Madman. Not to be mistaken with Mad. This Madman is a different man. And he delivers nothing but computer melting creations, and he does that every single time. And this was his first ever submission, and it started to melt my computer. To it with Lord of the Rings, Saruman versus Ents, created by Bugle. Our first big shout out to the one and only current Coaster King crown holder from the second installment of the movie coaster contest, Bugle. Close was he to earning the first ever crown in this one legendary creation. He was swept up by the one and only SC Reconciled, but Lord of the Rings coaster was one of the top in this contest, and one of my personal favorites. Is The Hidden World, created by Denise Babis. Yet another new incredible lady to this wonderful community with Denise Babis and her story of how to train your dragon. Previously featured for her incredible park, The Never-Ending Story, she decided to take her stab at the contest and ended up placing top 3 overall. This was one of my personal favorites and a creator that I'll never forget. The Dragon War, created by Kitsch. At this point, I feel like I'm showing off all the creations from the Dueling Coaster contest, and I'm biting my tongue not to show all of them. There are so many good ones I'm skipping, but by the end, I would have just listed over a dozen, which is really strange because not only 1 year ago, I was listing these in the top videos for that contest. But I have to include Kitsch's Dragon War because it was one of the top overall, and I believe it was one of the few that had quadruple dueling coasters. Looking at Hacker versus Programmer, created by Wormgar. This is the first creation that really had me rooting for Wormgar as a competitor. This was one of my personal top 3 favorites in the entire contest, as the concept of Hacker and Programmer is such a hard idea to conceptualize into visual art on a roller coaster, but somehow he pulled it off and placed top 3. With Rapture, a Bioshock experience created by Sublime, the last shout out of the Dueling Coaster contest, and a much deserved one. sublimes for BioShock. He created this world perfectly, and he is yet again one more creation I have to go revisit in Reshade, because the creation had such a mesmerizing atmosphere. I just want to say that everyone in this contest deserved a shout out, but the list would have grown another 50 creations longer. Looking back at it now, I do believe the Dueling Coaster contest was one of my all-time favorite contests on the channel, even more so than the mini park contest, least for me because the mini parks were a lot of work and it mentally broke me by the end. This ends up being the biggest chunk of names in this entire list of 1,000 people because there were so many memorable creations from that contest. So I do think we need to go back and do another Dueling Coaster contest. Dwarven Mine Rally, created by none other than Zafor, the Big 800. If I'm not mistaken, Zafor was trying to create this for the Dueling Coaster contest, but instead ended up making this one of the most compact 4K blueprints, jam-packed full of coasters. The most compact coaster blueprint with the most amount of track inside ever created to date. Definitely worthy of an episode 800, especially because it runs on the theme of dueling coasters, and it's from the one and only Zafor. This man has done wonders for the community, and I want to give you one more thank you, Zafor. At Ready Player One, First to the Key, created by Happy Camper. Jumping over to the Action Coaster contest, I'm choosing only one, and that is Ready Player One, to show here in the video. It was the best overall. The contest was very recent, so I figured I would just show the one here. And in fact, since all the coasters coming up are from the most recent year, I think it's best to pick a very select few going forward. But Ready Player One was a perfect depiction of the racing event / game from the movie, and put Happy Camper further up my fanboy list with this creation. Keep up the incredible work, Happy Camper. Yar Har Har, created by Crimsalt. There's something so mesmerizing about this pile of junk containing such an epically long coaster inside. It's my all-time favorite piece of trash coaster, to say the least. Damn it, Crimmy. Lawn Man, where dragons roam. The monumental 900 featuring Lady Lawman returns with what I called Coaster of the Year, an epic journey across a gorgeous landscape filled with dragons and fantastic castles and vistas. Certainly another coaster that needs to be revisited in Reshade, and my favorite creation from Lawnman to date. Keep up the amazing creations, Lawnman. So glad to see you still building. And as a note, I did look it up. It was episode 341, Alcatraz Tours, which was Lawnman's very first submission ever. So nice to see you throughout the journey of 600 plus spotlights.
Rock on like it's 2005. Enjoy this Guitar Hero inspired coaster with thrills from end to end. Hit all the notes as you zoom by rock, metal, fire and flames.
The best creation of the Video Game Coaster Contest 2, created by the Discord community. The entire contest was streamed live and was a bit of a side mini contest. So we did not crown a Coaster King here, unfortunately for Xenarix. However, he did make one of the most legendary coaster blueprints I have ever seen, so still plenty to be proud of with Guitar Hero. Is Pokemon I Choose You, created by Cody Bits. Moving on to our latest contest, the Movie Coaster Contest 2 without restrictions. I'm only going to show two here. One, which is Cody Bits, who created one of my all-time favorite coaster experiences with this Pokemon ride. Truly one of the best coasters of the year and a Hall of Fame creation in the community. Absolutely outstanding work on this one, Cody Bits. I will forever remember this.
Wow, Blastoise's Hydro Pump and Venusaur's Solar Beam. Man, what power!
Who do I choose? I choose you, Cody Bits. Wow, freaking we, you guys. War of the Worlds, created by Bughul, the current Coaster King of the community for winning the best overall in the Movie Coaster Contest 2 is Bughul, an absolute legend of this community, a great moderator and a good friend, a well-deserved head for this crown to be kinged. And this was my This was by far the best representation of a movie in Planet Coaster ever, and I have a very small doubts anything will ever top it. It was literally the entire movie. If you haven't seen the movie, just go watch this episode, because it's just better. So welcome to our first ever Coaster Bundle Live edition. Today we are looking at coasters from 2018. So quick shout out to the 5 people listed in this episode. For these people were the first ever Coaster Spotlight Live edition creators in VOD format for the channel. Was nice to mix it up and add a bit of live content onto the coaster mix after 900 episodes. So it's a very special episode to me indeed. And I enjoy the live content a lot. Managing it and bringing it over to VODs is a little bit tricky, but I'm unable to stream Planet Coaster because it lags out and it kills the stream, so I have to get Zell in control. So I either need a stream PC or we have to get Zell to stream while I'm in control if we want to go forward with these in the future, especially now that I want to start using Reshade. So I hope to make a return with that stuff in 2022 as you guys seem to enjoy it. At Phoenix, created by Master Engineer 02. One of my favorite types of coaster spotlights is a nice middle ground between blueprint and park coaster. Not an exploration coaster, not a mini park, not a blueprint. A somewhat viably realistic coaster with some length, incredible theming, alongside a nice park entrance and decorative queue. We simply don't see enough like this, and Master Engineer 02 showing how it's done in this episode. Are you ready for the trilogy? We're gonna play A Matter of Time 1, 2, and 3 here on the stream. I cannot believe this, but as I was editing, something struck my mind and I realized somehow I missed A Matter of Time and might as well put it in on the third one, which was the trilogy completing the saga rather than the first one, as it is the most recent. And again, for some reason, YouTube doesn't display me all of the videos, and even when you're scanning through thousands of videos, it's easy to miss a thumbnail or not recognize one. So my apologies to anyone I missed, and I almost missed Moomin Little Socks, so I'm adding this in. So in theory, there's 101 in this video now. But yes, A Matter of Time, the time travel coaster with the best narration I have ever witnessed, with the best humor. It was just all around a warm, wholesome experience from the first to the second and the third, and it had great storyboarding, great heroes, great villains, amazing characters. I mean, what more can you say about this other than it's a masterpiece? The transitions between time travel eras was flawless. Some of the best storyboarding I have ever witnessed in Planet Coaster history, and Moomin Little Socks almost didn't make the cut because of my mistake, and now I'm scratching my head wondering who else I forgot. Oh, this is a tough video to make, you guys, but I did my best.
Never mind.
Okay, sir. Now say it.
Confetti, please, Jerry!
At Lico, the overload coaster created by Batch, the first ever spotlight using Reshade on the channel. Only took me about 1,000 episodes to finally need to spice it up, and not only is this the first, but Batch is the one responsible for helping me get these settings just right. In fact, the true first episode of Reshade is the Rapunzel Kingdom Park, which you guys have not seen yet because it was pushed back in order to land Coaster Spotlight 100 on the 5th year anniversary of Planet Coaster. We set up Reshade for the Rapunzel Park, then I ended up seeing his coaster submission and decided to include that here as the first Reshade because his was also the first Reshade part. So shout out to Batch. Tina Burner, a drag race coaster created by Dan Thorpe. The final big showcase for this massive undertaking of an episode 1000 has a beautiful message from Dan Thorpe supporting the LGBT community with Tina Burner, a drag race coaster. I 1000% support the message and feel good vibes from this creation, and it was wonderful reading all the comments on this video. So many LGBT members in this community finally got a coaster to represent and support their message. It was really nice seeing how many people appreciated this, and it's a beautiful way to close out 1000 amazing coaster spotlight episodes from Dan Thorpe. Whew. I gotta say, guys, this video was the biggest project I have ever undertaken in my 5 years of doing Planet Coaster. And the craziest part about it is it's the 1000th Coaster Spotlight and exactly the 3000th video. 5-year anniversary doing YouTube, and it's the 5th anniversary of Planet Coaster. Guys, I'm Johnny 5 Alive. This is Channel 5 Gaming. Thank you all so much for watching over the years. Thank you to all the supporters, the Patreon supporters over the years. You're all wonderful people, and I look forward to 5 years more on this platform. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.
Bye now.
Today I have a very special video for you guys.
Let's watch it again. Alrighty, Roo. There it is.
Oh, great video.
Thanks. It only took 25 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, thank you. Woo. Thank you guys.
Fast. It sounds weird.
That's what she said.
I was like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a wonderful group of friends and, might I say, family.
Woo!
That's really nice, Webb.
Yeah.
I
So,
didn't hear it, but I did.
Oh, well.
sorry. What did I miss? Love you,
I
Web.
was just saying that we have such a wonderful group of friends and, might I say, family.
Sensational.
Aw.
Yep.
Yes, everybody here is family. Love everybody. And I gotta say, I apologize again if I missed anyone. And I know I missed some favorites. Like, stuff started popping in my head that I didn't see going through. Like, Yin and Yang. And I saw some people commenting some in there. And I'm like, crap, I missed that one. But, like, I still would have had to narrow it down to 100. So something else would have been missing. And I know there was, like, a lot from certain creators and less from others. And some of the things that I said, I wish I would have said more. But it was a lot to conceptualize into one video, because just going through it was the process, and then listing them all in an Excel form and then writing what I wanted to say. Things would come up later that I missed. It was just so complicated, and I had to download all 100 videos and import them and take the intro and then the coaster and find the best parts of each coaster to show. I basically reanalyzed over 1,000 coasters. It was quite the load of work. You guys could have done the sound alerts. I was actually surprised that nobody did. Someone was like, oh, we'll put this on the second channel because we won't want to be interrupted with sound alerts and all that on the channel. Not a single sound alert. Not even a confetti, please, Jerry.
You could just upload it.
Yeah, now I can upload it. Wow.
All singing and...
I think we were all just mesmerized.
We
You
thought
know?
you turned it
Yeah.
off? Did I turn it off? I'm not sure. Wow. So,
The art is old here, older than can be. 16 times.
Thank
the
you, AK
detail,
Superman.
Yet no one else can see.
Wixie here. Happy anniversary,
Yep.
Wixie.
Yeah, you too, man. You too.
Yeah,
Wow.
happy
Get
anniversary.
the whole fam here.
What is up?
So, let me
You know, I
show
kept just being amazed at how well Johnny remembered so much of this stuff.
Right? But he always does it. I'm like, how the hell do you...
It's great across the board.
I just, the whole time I was picturing, he must have this, like, big, thick notebook that he goes to for all his notes.
No, so let me actually show you guys this. I'll go over to the live scene of my desktop. Yeah, you can see it here. I sorted my YouTube videos by oldest, and it's not even that, like, I couldn't remember the stuff off the top of my head. Maybe some things would pop into my head, like, how could I forget Moomin Little Socks' Matter of Time? It's so recent. But, like, when you got all these things coming in your mind, you tend to, get overwhelmed. But if we scroll down to, like, this is where it all started, my beta review. We can actually look at some of my very first coasters, if you guys want to watch that for the anniversary. Some of the first Planet Coaster uploads that I ever did. Hello, gamers and fellow artists alike.
Artists alike? look at those coaster names. Monster, Torch.
Yeah, Molly.
Yeah.
Golly.
Molly.
This was before Molly was a thing.
Golly, golly. Birdie.
So yeah, like this is how I went through them, guys. And like I said, some of the thumbnails disappear on my end for some reason. It's really weird. But I scrolled through, and luckily for me, back in the day, I put a blue border on all the coaster spotlights, a green border on the parks, and a pink on the rides, a yellow on Workshop Wednesday and scenarios. So, yeah, like really helped organize this. So it's like, okay, that's episode 2. Scroll down, and look how far they are apart. Episode 3, and it's so crazy to think that like this is episode 3, because at that time I had put out so many videos, and I felt like I was doing this for a long time, and I was only on episode 3. And it's like, that's the 1,000 subscriber special. There it is, you guys. Look at this.
I'm alive here, and we did it. I have a very, very special episode dedicated to you guys.
I did Yetiland stuff for this one, and then I built a train station for the community. This thing?
Got present. If anyone's wondering, this
was back when I actually played the game.
This bad boy is 1,800.
I gotta say, going through all this, I did get the itch. Like, going through all the 1,000 episodes. So, yeah, like, I stopped at Gulpy Boomerang. I think that was the last coaster I made. Yeah. So that's Zafor right there, episode 4, Lockjaw's Secret Discovery. So there's so many episodes here that I was like, oh man, I really wish I can include that here and make this kind of like a look back at 5 years of the channel. But I really wanted to focus on episode 1000, not, you know, the overall channel. It just made more sense. It was a lot easier to look at just coasters. Like if I had to do the same thing for parks, I don't even know if it's possible, because what do you show? Right? Yeah. And my intros were awful back in the day because I didn't do cinematics. So it's like you would just get like a screenshot. It would be really bad. Boogie.
Yeah, this was a great video, Johnny. Seriously. I mean,
Thank
there were
you.
so many moments that I saw where people had come up with new techniques or something unique that we just never dreamed could be done. This is a really creative group of people.
It really is.
No doubt about it.
I had a lot, like I want to give a shout out to K Musala, who's now Mango Tango. And Avatar, that was on the list. Like I had to keep narrowing things down, and Avatar was also very similar to Arcadia Rising. They were both like single rail coasters back to back in the same week. You know, and there's so many people that I just had to like narrow it down, and I felt bad, you know, because if I did all of them, it'd be an 8-hour video.
Yeah, definitely.
And it would probably break me mentally. So, and I already have a mini park contest to worry about next week, and I don't want to do that to myself so early.
You are worrying about it?
Yeah. Oh, good luck, guys. Mad Max, I had to cut that one.
I'm like ration everything. No, I'm kidding.
So yeah, I basically just scrolled through them like this, and you can kind of get like a visual of all the content that I was producing at the time. You know, remember Cruise Ship? So many people submitted coasters as parks, but technically this was an extraordinaire creation, and that was a park. But yeah, like as to what Webb was saying, like I can look at this and say that's an extraordinaire creation, and it, you know, like I don't remember them until I see the thumbnail, and I can literally remember the day of sitting at my computer doing it, and like it you get a weird flashback.
Boggles my mind.
This one, construction site, I want to say this was Red Dragon. Let me see. Red Dragon, like you see it and then it comes back to you. Gold Fever, that was like Dr. Fugo or someone, maybe not. McDread, close enough. I'm not gonna.
Those old names.
Yeah. Right. And there's like there was more that I would have wanted to include, like, you know, the back in the day when we had the whole crew, the Missy Goods and the Hot Dog Squad doing the Blueprint spotlights, and Wix was a big part of that. And Wix, you did your own videos on the channel too. I just don't know if they were coaster spotlights, and if they were, I somehow didn't see them. So when
Mr. Log Cabin.
I think I did 3. Yeah.
I still remember your houseboats.
Yeah, they were great.
They were.
Happy anniversary, Howl Nick. How you doing?
Wait, where's Blackmar? Do we?
Johnny's first tips and tricks video?
Yeah, it's still getting views, and I'm like, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Johnny's like, don't use it, don't use it, don't use it.
So yeah, this was actually my last big creation / video, and like the music's like really sad and stuff, and I guess this is something I really never shared, but it was the day after my mom passed away from cancer, and she was like kind of telling me that like my community and everything that I did, that I should focus on keep doing this. So like I really changed my focus, because up until this very episode, I was building on a weekly basis. Every week I would put something out, a Let's Build. I was working on Yetiland, I was doing this, and I really just started ramping up the spotlights kind of to change the focus off of me and onto you guys, the community, because that's what my mom would have wanted. So that was really the reason, one of the reasons why I lost my mojo or changed my mojo to a different focus, was because the Gulpy Boomerang and my mom passing. So that was like, even the music that I put, like I was editing this the day after she passed away, just to like kind of, you know, get my mind off things. So yeah, the Gulpy Boomerang was the very last, and ever since then I've been just focusing on spotlights, and that's how we got to 1,000, because I stopped creating things. If you guys want to see do you guys want to see my very first creations? My very first coasters? They're so bad. And this is before I knew anything. This is before I did a single coaster spotlight. Like, I didn't even know what a coaster was. All I knew was I liked Roller Coaster Tycoon at the time. I grew up on that one. But, yeah, I still don't know anything about coasters. Nothing's changed. A little bit now. Where are we? Where is it? Those names, where were they? Here we go. Hook. This was my very first coaster, and it was part of I was playing through the campaign. So, yeah, why don't we watch Hook? Oh my god. I'm so bad at my thumbnails. Look at the avatar. Oh, wow. Let's just get straight to the coaster, because all the cinematic stuff I did was terrible. Okay, here we go.
Oh, is that the campaign?
Yeah,
part?
Yeah, the campaign. I was just trying to play through the campaign and come up with, like, ways to make the coasters go around the terrain, and, you know. Yeah. That was, like, that's where all my inspiration for the explorations come. My favorite thing, like, if you give me a flat map, I have zero creativity. But, like, you give me a map that has terrain, I go, oh, I can bring the coaster down here, I can bring it over there, I can, you know, do a little inversion here, and yeah.
Better than my RCT coaster.
But look at my boarding station, it's beautiful. And, what else?
Did you say your boarding station is beautiful?
Yeah. Needs more smoothie. Needs more smoothie. Oh, you guys didn't see my very first coaster. It was like, I don't know. I don't even have a video of it. It's so bad. So this is my second coaster in one of the scenarios again. It was that great tree level or whatever. And I decorated the tree with all these lights and put torches everywhere. I think I called this torch. So creative. Well, thank you, Kiara. So here we go. This is Torch. Oh, the music's great. That lift, I know. Yeah, wood and fire's a good combo.
Good old hands in front of the camera.
Oh yeah, well, remember the old days where nobody would speed up their lift hills?
Yep, I remember saying that way too many times. So this, actually, I was featured by Zerka Plays, Zerka Plays Gaming, for my Good Golly Miss Molly scenario park that I finished, and he rode these coasters and reacted with a face cam, and I guess I gained like 300 subscribers that day. I went from 200 to 500 because of him, and he's like a huge YouTuber. He's part of the what's it called? Someone knows. The no.
Podcast?
No, it's like a 5-man crew. They got anyways, I don't remember. The Sidemen. That's what they're called. The Sidemen.
The Sidemen?
Yeah.
Sancho Ball.
You still watch them, Blast?
I need to look it up.
Yeah, the Sidemen. Zerka from the Sidemen featured this coaster on his gaming channel. It was pretty incredible. I remember, I literally, I like cried. I was so excited. I cried. I'm not even lying.
No, yeah,
I was like, a big YouTuber featured me, Mom. His name's Zerka. He's from the Sidemen. I gained 300 subscribers.
Made the big time at last.
And now you make other people cry because you show their patience. I'll take this in turn.
Oh, full circle.
This coaster. It's crazy.
Oh, that's Sweet Bear. Yeah, I used this music a lot in my horror coasters back in the day. Yeah, I put it on like Pixelated's ride. I remember someone in the YouTube comments got mad at me, and he's like, "How dare you rip off Pixelated's music?" And I was like, "I put that in. It was my music." Oh.
Yeah, Johnny, if it hadn't been for your videos, I never would have purchased this game. It's what sold me, yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think I got a cinematic of this so you can see how truly bad this coaster is. Here we go. Wait, is this the end? There we go. And this is the first ever finished park that I did, and it was god-awful. Look at these pathways.
To be honest, those campaign maps in Plenko are weird, dude.
Yeah, they're really bad, but this was the best because it had the big gully, and I was like, oh, I have got ideas for this. And you drop this giant coaster down there, and it was so much fun.
Right.
Yeah, Ghastly Hollows was awesome. Look at all these supports.
Oh boy.
Needs more smoothie.
We've all been there.
I demand Frontier to honor you in some way. Well, funny story was I was in the game in the what do you call it, featured creators, and somebody decided to take me out.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, and she got fired or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
You never came back in it, or you?
Nope, they never added me back in.
So Frontier, if you're watching.
Unfortunately, they did give you a cold shoulder.
I only helped sell like 50,000 copies of the game. It's all right.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
I'm not salty.
I mean, you have the right to be.
Yeah, that's how I feel. You have the right to be. I know how much you did. Just these videos alone sold them so many copies.
Galcian. They probably try to remove you just be an associate of mine. Yeah, they did, didn't they, Jalen? So yeah, that was one of my first ever creations, you guys. What else do we have here? No, these are just bad. I can't even do it. No, I'm not going to show any more. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show it because it's so bad. It's the 5-year anniversary. This is the first time I played around with the Don't Flip the Bucket coaster, and I think I flipped the bucket. You can even hear the music.
No, Bear, they're not adding more feature creators. It died like 3 years ago or something.
The birdie, this is the worst birdie ever made. Flipped, you're dead. I had no idea what I was doing. We want all your bad coasters. Watch how fast it comes in at the end here. At least I remember it did. Unless I deleted half of it. I might have deleted half of it. Oh my god, it's so bad. That's it. Why did I upload this? Oh my god. My goodness, what have I done? The only coaster that I'm like truly proud of, I even phoned Galcian and I was like, is this good? Can you give me some advice? He's like, you could smooth it here and there. He gave me a couple pointers, but I basically handcrafted everything on this myself. And I guess it was in the intro of the video you guys watched. But yeah, this was the Yeti Land coaster. And this is when I was working on all those big characters. That's the coaster's named after Darla. Darla's the big abominable snow woman. And then we had Commander Frank and Hugo. Hugo the Snowman. And I hand placed and crafted all these little Yetis. I did all wooden supports. Not proper wooden supports, but kind of just like crazy, like the Yetis made it. I've always had a desire to go back to this park and like do something with it. It was intended to be a scenario, but because of the pit that I added and all the little Yetis, the frame rate really dropped a lot because you can see that big war down there. And it's not really good for a scenario when you open it up and you already start with 30 FPS. So I might as well just like fill out some of the areas and call it an actual park. But maybe we could do it as like a collab community project, pass it around and finish some of the areas. That might be cool.
Another candy line.
I did like it at the time, KR. I don't know. Yetiland 2, aka Candyland? No, I'd never go that bad. Bree Bear with the 9 months. Hey, Bree, how you doing?
Bree?
And this song I used way too many times too. The one reason, fun fact, is it was one of the only royalty-free songs that had a very, very long duration. It was like 5-minute song or something. So I could actually use it on coasters like this and from Galcian and so on. Because it was the only song that I didn't like. Otherwise, I'd have to clip multiple songs together and it would change the vibe at every segment. Yeah. So, yeah, like, yeah, it was the only real way to do it. But I need to go back and like refill my audio library. One thing I've been doing with the most recent episodes, if you guys may or may not notice, was the addition to like different intros. I'm using different music and kind of introducing them differently. And I like picking a song for every coaster. It's like the most exciting part when I'm doing the intro now. I'm like, oh, what song can I use for this? Whoa! Bree Bear with the 5-bomb. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bree.
Agent Sum, Pinto Beans, Miggy, Shadow Wolf Gaming, and M Love. Wow. Thank you so much, Bree. Happy anniversary. All right. So yeah, as I was making this video, you guys, I just scrolled through all these and grabbed what I noticed. So I know I missed a bunch for sure. All right, let's go back to the cam here.
Johnny, I think if you'd made it 500 videos, you would have still missed some great ones. That's how many good ones we've had.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Planet Bluegrass is awesome for Western coasters. I definitely agree. I have some extra videos here from the community. I wanted to show a couple of them off, but let's just do...
Yeah, let's just do a couple. I'm going to show one from Batch's Rapunzel Kingdom because it's a park that I have to edit still. And it's the first park spotlight ever to use reshade. And he's used reshade in his own POV. So we're showing one coaster from Rapunzel Kingdom. I agree with you, Jonesy. And I might have to do that. I'll find some time in 2022 after the contest, possibly. And I also have to build Moomin Socks a flat ride of some sort. Hopefully it's not too late. All right.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, I love this coaster from Batch. It's super dope.
Yeah, this is the one I chose. It was one of my favorites from the spotlights. You're even later than Zell was. Zell did it? It was too late 10 years ago. Am I too late? Or is there still time? Bear, thank you for the next gifted sub.
You know, this has got to be one of the most abused games ever created. So many people out there have tried to break it.
Right?
It's like, okay, what can I do that might just crash into my desktop?
I mean,
of course, quite a few people have succeeded.
To that note, Web, I think this is one of the most content, what do you call it, driven games ever created. I don't, like, myself, I've made 2,500 videos on this game, and I'm only one channel.
Yep, about the only one that could probably beat it would probably be Minecraft.
True.
And yeah, this game, like I said, people just keep coming up with new techniques. You just, you know, each video I ever watch, it's kind of like, okay, is there going to be something totally different? And usually there is.
That's very sweet, Banutzer Nom. Thank you so much. We love you too, buddy. And thank you for another gifted sub, Breedberg, to Starship Rad. And I felt so bad because that's another name that I didn't get a coaster in for. I love Starship Rad's creations, but I gotta feel that way about 1,000 of you guys, you know. So I did my best. I'm sorry. I'm just glad nobody. I'm glad nobody was salty. I was really worried. I was like, oh, did I do? I watched. Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. Wait. Oh, this is the launch part. Oh, this is beautiful. The reshade really comes into play here. Salty
this
prawns.
Is so pretty.
Yeah. Look at the reflection.
Yeah, it's so pretty, dude.
Wow.
I missed you too, Saltpart. I missed you. I'm sorry, buddy. But I remember, I think I searched your name, Starport, and you had a lot more parks. And very few coasters. I mean, not very few coasters. They're mostly coaster blueprints, right? They were in bundles and all that stuff, and I said, I only included 2 bundles of the entire bundle series. So that unfortunately puts Starport out of luck. But yeah, I could go on and on about honorable mentions, you guys. So what else do we have here? I was going to show Subject 8, but I think maybe we want to do a park spotlight on this. We have a preview from Beartastic on a park that he's working on. So let's watch this. Ooh. This one reminds me of a Ben Hammond creation. With all the airships, but like way more insane. Definitely, Bree, you are a legend in this community. Thank you so much for all your support, Bree. When will Park Spotlights be back? If I get to work tonight, tomorrow. And you would be number one, Death Fears None.
Great vistas.
Yeah, this is insane. Look at that airship.
Yeah, this is I have no words for this.
You know, I look at this and I see
Look at that
similarities to a
single
couple
route.
of the big names out there.
Yep.
Outstanding elevations. Oh, that's pretty.
Some lift. Drop on me.
All right, have a wonderful day, Bree. Thanks for stopping by. Salita, submit my mini park. Is your mini park part of the contest? Guys, do not submit your mini parks as regular spotlights. We had this problem last year. We should probably send out an announcement about it. Yeah. They are contest submissions. Abby with the gifted sub to Katarina Kitty Cats. Thank you so much, Abby. Another massive supporter of the channel with 574 gifted subs. Good googly moogly.
Frames heavy, huh?
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, God, this thing is massive.
That's what she said.
Nah.
You're a very amazing person too, Star Agent. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. It's a 9-kilometer coaster? Yeah, we're gonna have to find out what the world record length coaster is on the channel. I mean, I know Galcian did a 9-mile drop or something. That drop alone beats most coasters.
Galcian pretty much went to the highest height you could go in the park and to the lowest depth.
Death Fears None with the 4,500 biddy cheer. My God, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Holy good googly moogly. We had this one, but it's Class Mammalia. Is this should be a spotlight, but we could take a peek at the intro and maybe one coaster, and we'll save the rest for an actual spotlight.
Good night, Kitchy.
And I would love to use my Western reshade on it. I have to recreate it though and tweak it a bit because I accidentally deleted it.
Shit.
How do you want us to submit teaser videos for stream? I don't know. I thought Safor was gonna help out with that, but I don't think he actually believed that I was gonna do more Blanco streams. He's probably like, I'll just wait until I see him consistently doing this. Which he's not wrong. Like, we save it for special moments like this, and we were hamming through all these submissions, and now we just got to get the VODs out. But we will bring streaming back heavily in 2022. Hopefully we can get a reshade going on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is from the collab. I don't really know what this is. It's a mini park.
I think it's from Civ collab or something.
You personally like the streaming? Good. I enjoy doing it too. The problem is, like, when I have a big park, the stream just dies. Don't you have that problem, Wix?
I mean, it's just the autosave that's pretty much just
No, because
killing me.
I had it so like my frames would start dropping on the stream. Like the stream would start like lagging out. And
Like a buffer was filling up.
like I just don't know. Maybe I'll have to look at your stream settings because mine just dies completely.
I mean, I do get a few frame drops, but it's not like it dies at all.
But it depends.
but
Like, do you stream working on Blackmire?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You do?
I stream, yeah. I stream that
But
one.
Johnny, we are also capturing my cam and my screen and, you know, all that stuff.
That's
and
true.
that also
I'll have to test it just streaming solo.
Nah, it's just 5 years of cookies. You'll be all right.
Discord takes a crazy amount of CPU.
That was perfect. You might be able to help me with that? Just fix some issues on yours recently? Okay. Yeah, maybe my bitrate's too high or something and it's just choking. I know I cranked my bitrate.
It could be. Could be that.
And what's weird, OBS always has hitching in my recordings, but not on the stream recordings.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to copy my stream settings to like the video.
I do have that too. That's why I just use Shadow Play because it's smooth.
Yeah, I use Shadow Play as well. But the mic sometimes gets a little off.
You don't use the Shadow Play mic at all. It's so crap.
I started using Audacity as well now.
I'm not gonna record with two different programs though. It's a hassle.
Just clap before you record, and you know when you have to.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just more files when I'm recording like 40 videos, you know. And then I got 40 extra files.
True. And this is the more efficient way.
In case no one noticed, the coaster is synced to the music. Sorry, I haven't been paying too much attention, Class Mammalia. It looks amazing, though, and I will feature this. Is this all just for one coaster, or is there more in here? We'll try to do a spotlight on this with some reshade settings. Boom. All right, so this is Australia Mini Park Planet Coaster creation from Class Mammalia. And do I have another one here? We have an exploration coaster from Warmgar. Sorry, I had to do it.
Did you show the one I sent you?
If you would like me to, I can. I will.
Yeah, sure.
All these came in today from Piranha's shout out, huh?
Yeah. Thank you to
Awesome.
Fua. Filling it up.
DMG.
Well, people do listen when Piranha says something.
She's the boss.
That's right.
No.
Don't give no lip to Piranha.
My first attempt at reshade, says Warmgar.
This is Warmgar?
Yeah. I like the music. Is this royalty free?
Really love the smoothness of this ride.
I love how it's just like this bass.
It flows.
Yeah, I really like that.
Any odds of looking at my Flight of Kestrel cheat engine POV? Can we, wait, Flight of Kestrel? Why do I feel like I've seen that?
That sounds familiar.
Maybe what we can do for those in the mini park contest collab, if you guys have presets for reshade, put them in the description or like a download, like a Dropbox, and I will insert it to my reshade when I do your spotlights. For those who want to use it.
crash.
Nice. Starship. Yeah, the reshade dust looks really good here. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it really does. Yes, Moomin.
I'll have to feature
Very
some of
nice.
this stuff separately on the channel if you guys submit it. I don't want to chop this VOD up. We'll re-feature them. Doom and Terminator? Yeah.
I don't know why, but as I keep watching this video, I keep thinking of Ohio and Ready Player One after the corn syrup shortage.
It reminds me of Terminator for sure.
Amazing how much people need that corn syrup.
Holy man.
Kind of get on Metro vibe.
Yeah. Reminds me of Fallout 3.
Definitely apocalyptic.
Earthquake.
Oh. That's cool.
Where's the Terminator?
Really good stuff. Warmy.
Good shit, Worm.
Ash. All right, Wixie, send me your video. Let me see. Let me open up Discord. It's still in
Might
the
be
chat,
loud.
so I'll scroll up. Where is it? This one, a Digger and Explorer?
Yep.
Let's do it.
It's
So-
a park. It's a coaster in a park file you will get, hopefully very soon.
Okay. A coaster in a park file, and it's created by you?
And Obertur.
Operate to. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Above end. Bum, 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 bum. Does this have reshade?
Yeah, this also will be.
Okay. It's like, this looks better than normal.
This has taken us 3 years ish.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of track.
Yeah.
What mod, Galcian? I'll definitely install coaster mods. Why not? Does this use a coaster mod, Wix?
Doubt it. They've been working on it for 3 years.
Ah.
It doesn't.
Yeah, the editing's great.
Thanks. It's also one of my best.
We get to ride it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were just teasing it.
No.
You're like, ride coming 2025.
Just hyping up the crown.
I love the mini mine trains. One cart. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love it when people do that with like Wendigos too.
Here we go.
Well, I'm glad I didn't leave you in charge of 1,000 episodes because you wouldn't have been able to narrow it down. You couldn't narrow down your shots. He's like, I like all the shots. I'm including all of them.
I kind of suspect Wix could do a just 100 member collabs that he's been with, because it seems like Wix has been with so many collabs.
Man, Reshade looks so awesome.
I still am. Can never get out of him.
I love the concept of trains crossing. So much fun.
Got that Indiana Jones Temple of Doom feel.
Yeah, that's what it's inspired from. Yeah.
I love how close these come together. That must have taken a long time to get right.
He used so much time to do this, and then he said, "I'm done now. You can do the rest."
Yeah, we could chat later, Galcian. We'll get all the mods installed for future spotlights. Maybe we could do like a mod spotlight.
Let me see the #1 mod on Galcian's wish list. Unlimited height. No restrictions.
Yep.
Yeah.
To infinity and beyond.
If that ever happens, we're gonna see the 100-mile coaster drop.
You'll call it free falling. More air time.
So did you did Operateur make the track and you decorated?
Yeah, he did the track and most of the support work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did the stations and the lighting and etc. Yeah.
Looks incredible.
Yep.
So there's a whole park above this?
Yes, this is inside the island.
Wow. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, start of December is our deadline.
To Mona Lisa Kills in the house.
Up.
She actually had a submission a while ago that I really wished I could have used Reshade for.
You could just cut it now, Johnny.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to go back and see certain people's requests for Reshade spotlights. But on that note, we'll flip back over to the cams here. Where is my music? A great creation, Wix. That was incredible. I am looking forward to seeing the whole park.
Yes, I will submit it.
I lost my Planet Coaster music, apparently. Yeah, so about Reshade, obviously I sent out a message. You guys are complaining about the blur. I understand. It didn't bother me, so I didn't really notice, but it seems like enough people don't like the blur effect, so we will tone that down. I've heard some people say, like, put it in the submission form as, like, an option if people want it or not, whereas I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm going to have to get more practice and see certain settings. In general, I think I should just use it for everything and then just tone down certain settings on certain creations. Just because even just with the basic ambient occlusion and like 2 or 3 filters, it just makes the game look better. Now, if somebody submits something super cartoony and they want that general original Planko look, I'd still think the ambient occlusion would make it look better. So I personally feel like I would like to use it going forward on everything. The problem is trying to figure out what settings are best in what situations. The Western coaster that we just released on the channel, everybody loved that extra dusty look on the Western Spotlight, but the water was showing as completely white and transparent. So I got to figure out what settings causing the water to do that, and is that really a problem? Maybe for a pure water ride or something that's heavily water focused, it might be a problem. So I just have to make the executive decision of like, oh, I think this is ruining the Spotlight, or this is, not working very well. Maybe I should tone this down or remove most of the settings. But for the most part, I think the ambient occlusion is always going to help. So personally, I would like to go forward with Reshade. But if people were like, ask for it off, I will definitely respect that.
Doesn't play nicely with particle effects.
Yeah, maybe you can put it as a extra tick in the submission thing.
Yeah.
Like reshade on and off, and then maybe.
Yeah, I think some people might not know what it is or what settings I'm going to use, but I also think allowing people to submit their own reshade settings would be definitely helpful. So the problem is we're already sitting on all the submissions. We can't update those submissions, but for future submissions, we can add in like a reshade yes or no, or provide your own link to your own setting. That could definitely help. Yeah, who are amazing at reshade? Yeah, I'll find some more settings and tune around with it. It's still a learning process. I definitely haven't gotten it right yet. But I mean, after 1,000 episodes, 500 plus park spotlights, it's time for a change, right? I think so. I'm so glad we should never look good when I do it.
So yeah, change is necessary.
Yeah. We did a reshade tutorial. Also, apparently Tango Mango made one, but it was very long. I tried watching it, and it was like 40 minutes of them fiddling with things. Personally, like, I think me and Batch lucked out when we did it super quick. I installed it. It wasn't working. He's like, here, I'm going to give you my folders. Drop it in and replace all. And then it worked. And then I just checked the box, and it was on. And so, like, that's the tutorial. Install this. Drop this folder in your thing. Hit replace all. Check a box and you're done. and then I'll have like a couple variables, like if it's doing this, check this box. If you don't want this feature, check this box. These boxes do this and this and that. Done. Like 5 minutes.
Goldie,
5-minute video.
Right. You're right, Goldie. We do need a reshade tutorial.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just explaining. We just break it down to 5 minutes though, because I've seen some out there where it's like you can go into a wormhole of like complicated ins and outs of reshade, and that's not what the average user needs. And what I found worked for me was install it, replace this, check this box, good. And then I just started checking boxes and seeing what did what, and changing dials. And I was like, okay, this is where I'm at now. And as I learn more about these dials and what settings do what, and like, oh, this one's good for this situation, this one's good for this situation, I'll just have a bullet point. Like, this is what I use for my Western dust. Boom, these settings. This is what I use for this. Boom, these settings. And then that'll be the tutorial. Make it like less than 10 minutes. Because you could talk for hours and hours about reshade, and you'll lose me, you'll lose most people. It's just too much. There's so many ins and outs to it. It just needs to be simplified. See ya, Blast. Thanks for stopping by.
At least we do have the Planko tutorial section in the Discord. And just so you know, Johnny, did you see that somebody updated that with how to get rid of the damned pigeons?
No. Getting rid of pigeons?
Yeah, all those pigeons, you can get rid of them.
All right, we're going to do one more giveaway, guys. Give it away the last 2 games of the 5 games for this 5-year anniversary. You have 5 minutes to enter this contest on Channel 5 Gaming.
What?
So, exclamation. Jerry, nice timing. Oh, thank you, Legion Gray. Legion Gray, how you doing, buddy?
Legion.
Love you, buddy.
Been a while.
Raffle, exclamation mark, raffle if you want to win a game.
Who doesn't?
Hope you're doing better, Legion. Missed ya.
If you just won one, it's a weird sentence.
Won one?
If you just won one.
Won.
11.
Oh, Demona Lisa Kills with the resub, 5 months and a prime sub at that. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Wow.
Oh, and Legion back at it again with the 5 gift bomb. Thank you, Legion. Another legendary gifter with 85 channel gifted subs so far. Wow.
Thank you.
Legendary Legion. So yeah, you guys have 3.5 minutes to enter the raffle to win our last anniversary game giveaway. 5 years, you guys. It's so crazy how fast the time went, too.
Right? After, halfway through the video, I was like, wait. Like, I started making videos. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think back to episode 1 of Nuclear Inferno. That's the biggest one because, like, I remember downloading 3 creations, 1 ride, 1 park, 1 coaster, and I sat there like, how do I want to do this? Like, I didn't have a lot of coaster, or not even, like, I didn't have a lot of video experience. And the videos that I had done on the channel before that were just like Let's Plays. It was just me playing and I just throw it up. Yeah. It wasn't really edited or anything, and just remember thinking, like, how do I do this? I should probably show up the work page, the workshop, you know, what fonts do I use? Like, and I look back at it, like, it was all a mess. And there's a black bar at the bottom that I would use to cover up the Planko UI. I didn't even know you could hide the UI back then. And in fact, the person that told me was young Jamie. He got a spotlight with the Pizza Pen Raceway. The young 12-year-old was like, Johnny, why don't you just use the...
Like, what the hell are you doing?
And I'm like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. There's all these little subtle nuances that I didn't know back then. And, like, my intentions were good, but I was just a moron.
Welcome to getting old, Johnny, when all the young kids keep coming up with all the answers.
But I hide UI, like, I literally have Alt-Z to hide UI in all my games. Every single game, like Guild Wars, World of Warcraft, every game I've ever played in history, I would hide the UI to take a screenshot. I didn't ever think to hide the UI while making a video. So weird. But episode 1,
Legion.
Episode 1,
please make that happen.
Seemed like it was yesterday. What happened?
Oh, Legion's dead.
Oh my god. No.
Please. Please do. I want to be there. I'll fly to Canada just to watch it.
No. I had a piercing, an ear piercing when I was young.
Me too. I had a tongue piercing.
Didn't last long. Tongue. Wow.
Yeah, it didn't. No, it didn't heal properly, so I had to rip it out. Ooh. It's horrible. And I was so stupid. I was 17 or something. Never again. Bad choices. He still has to get a rose tattoo for me? That's true.
Will I use the Tegid Cam in the mini park contest? So I was testing the Tegid Cam with Tango Mango.
So slow.
No, it's so fast. So the thing about the Tegid Cam and the way I have my camera settings, Tegid Cam is 2 to 3 times faster than my regular walk around speed. And if you hold shift, it's about 2 to 3 times slower. So my regular camera fly around is right in between Tegid Cam's fastest and slowest. I do agree that Tegid Cam, because you can zoom in and it changes the depth of field, it does look good for cinematics. I could definitely agree with that. However, the pacing is so wacky. Don't you find that, Wix? Do we still have Wix here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think of the Tegid Cam?
I mean, I kind of like Tegid Cam, but I'm also not used to I guess the way you used to do it, right? So you're sort of in that sort of way, because I just went straight in and just started with Tegid Cam. But it's too fast. When I walk the queues, for example, right? Even though I press shift, it's also just how sensitive it is too.
It's too slow or too fast, and I can't.
I thought, Wix, I thought you liked the Ecto 1 camera.
Thanks, Zap.
Thank you, Zap.
One camera.
3 months in a row.
Driving the car around.
Oh, I still have to do that. I haven't done the achievement.
You haven't yet?
No.
Oh, no, I have to do it.
Oh, the raffle's up, you guys. Let's pick a couple winners here. Yeah. We picked 3 earlier. We're going to pick 2 more. That'll make 5 for the 5-year anniversary. Our first winner of the day is Tijo Gaming 1. Are you in the chat? Say something for us so I can send you a DM and get you a game.
Getting a
Congrats.
DM from Johnny.
Slipping into your DMs, am I? Woo, he says. There you are.
Never mind.
And our second winner is Goldie.
All right. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you guys. Thanks for sticking around Goldie. To the very end of the stream on this 5-year anniversary stream. Appreciate you guys. And hey, let's do one more. Boom. Moomin Little Socks.
Moomin.
He deserves
What
it.
a
I
prize.
forgot you, but I remembered you. Now you get a game as well. Who? First time chatter, Alan Bloom, welcome. Who was I trying to message? Goldie, did he say something? Goldie, you in the house? There you are. Hey.
Yeah, Goldie is here.
Whisper. And Moomin, there you are.
Careless whispers from Johnny.
And the phenomenal follower, thank you for the follow.
phenomenal.
What was the last game you picked there, Moomin? Train station renovation. Fun.
Station renovation.
A nice
Wait,
name.
what?
It's got a good rhyme.
Look at Zell.
I see that.
Man,
Frozen again. God damn it.
It's because I full screen my browser.
Every time you click on screen,
he's
I'm
been
either...
smoking one too many doobies.
I'm completely blacked out or I'm frozen.
I wish I had like a something in the shape of a doobie that I could.
It is funny. He just looks like he's just staring.
I don't know how to do this.
What the hell?
It's like I'm reading chat, man. I can't believe what I see.
There you go. Take a hit off that.
Man.
Take a hit off that, buddy.
Ghost is really dope, man.
Shitting.
God damn it, Jordan.
Oh.
Hey, he's back.
Bro, where's my coaster? What coaster? What did I do?
Bro, that's my coaster, bro.
Dave just posted an amazing picture to jump chat.
Oh god, already?
They're fast,
Oh,
Phil.
no.
They're fast, you know.
I have
Holy
to see
shit.
this.
No, what have you done?
You gotta put a doobie in his mouth.
God damn it.
Did you see the one earlier of you crying?
No, what?
The white line? It was right underneath your eye,
Oh.
so you're crying.
Nice one, Cody.
You guys are on top of it. That's great. Wow. Yeah, Maury, you made it a little late. We're just ending off things now, but you can always watch back the VOD. I'll probably upload the whole VOD onto the second channel. We'll put the 100 episode spotlight on the main channel. Or maybe I just upload them both to the main channel. I don't really know what I'm doing. But yeah. Whew, that is 5 years.
Happy anniversary, Amori.
A Planet
Yeah.
Coaster. Happy anniversary to everyone in this community, to Frontier for making this amazing game. 5 years of Planet Coaster and many more to come. Hopefully we get a Planet Coaster 2 before I have to do another 5-year anniversary. I think we've waited long enough.
Yeah. I mean, supposedly they're working on Planko 2.
I just wonder if they'll code it where we won't have as much lag.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, the new Unreal Engine 5 is can have unlimited poly count. Infinite. So maybe future theme park games using the Unreal Engine 5 will be the way to go. But
Can we
I
get
doubt
Frontier on the street?
That would be nice. Little too late for that. Maybe next year. Send them a message for me.
And negotiating with Disney, yeah, that was in that leak, right? Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if that would be good for the game, to be honest.
Well, Frontier's worked with Disney in the past on several of Disney's games.
Isn't that Jurassic
Yeah, but
Park?
if it's a theme park built around Disney, then you're limited again. If it doesn't have the Planet
Unless they're
Coaster
just going
elements.
after some licensing rights.
At the very least,
Then,
guys,
yeah,
we
sure.
have the Impossification game with Park Beyond. We have Park Beyond next year.
The best slogan ever that you can ever remember. That one.
We have Park Beyond next year. Whether it's as good as Planko or not as good, it doesn't really matter. It's another theme park game, and that should be fun. So at least we have that to look forward to for 2022. And now we got the new and improved Reshade, so it's Planet Coaster 1.5, and we'll look into doing some fun stuff with that.
And we'll get the mods as well. Maybe we could do like a little mini mod contest or something. And bye, KR. We are going to be ending things off here
Bye,
too.
Batman.
So one final thank you to the mod squad, everyone, for coming out. Looks like Fua snuck out. I didn't catch that. Bye, Fua. Sorry.
Yeah, Fua had to wake up really early, so.
Gotcha. And thanks for coming out. Wix, Web, and
Yeah.
Zell.
Yeah, well, 5 years, you know, got to be here.
Zab with the $5 donation. Happy 5-year anniversary. I think we hit all our goals for today. The sub goal actually broke. We're way beyond 3.
Yeah, but this sub goal always breaks.
Yeah.
Every stream. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, we're going to do... It's going to be on Steam, I bet, Katarina Kitty Cat. And we will stream that game. Get back to building again.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out, everybody. The last of you are still remaining. Appreciate you guys. That was a really fun anniversary. I'm going to get myself an anniversary pizza.
Ooh.
Thanks for the memories, folks.
Gonna have my anniversary sleep.
Yeah, you get some sleep.
Same.
You're very welcome,
Gonna
Leon.
wake up in 7 hours. Let's go.
Happy anniversary, Starship. Abby. Build a build a cabin. I forgot about that.
Cabin.
Remember from what's it? Oh, right. Build a cabin.
Build a cabin. All right, man. Build a cabin. What you got to do in this world?
Yeah, if you need pointers,
build a
Wix is here.
cabin.
That's very sweet. Love you, Augie. Love you, buddy. 5 years of watching. Oh, here's 5 more, you guys. My empty coffee. Clink. There, cheers,
Clink.
me. There you go.
Right.
All right, you wonderful people. We're going to end it off there. And
All right.
I got to get editing these park spotlights so you guys have some content. There's no more videos. And then we're going to go straight into a mini park contest too. So next week, I'll hopefully have a week full of content. And then I'll be working on the mini park contest 2 all week next week. And that'll kill me. So.
Well, I mean,
All right. Well, bye now,
maybe
folks.
if you
Y'all
have-
take care.
Yeah.
yeah, guys. Good luck. You have.
We're going to end it off there. Well, let's, is there someone to raid? Raid. Let's see.
See ya. Bye. Bye.
Who do we raid?
Who do we raid? Who do we raid? Who's playing what?
Is there anyone playing Planet Coaster?
Yeah, this guy called Channel 5 Gaming. But,
No, you don't want to give nothing to
I'm
him.
one of the only people.
maybe Frontier is streaming.
Oh, that would be just that would,
Or,
that
no,
would be
they-
classic.
Not at this hour, I think.
Right in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go wish someone
Happy birthday.
from Planet Coaster a happy anniversary.
The art is old here, older than can
Who did that?
be. 16 times the detail, yet no one else can see.
Raid Jade Ism. She's playing Planet Coaster. Go wish her a happy Planet Coaster 5-year anniversary. Did it work? Invalid
everybody
username.
join.
How do you do this?
What about Fox Twister Entertainment?
Jade
He's
Ism.
making a fundraiser for kids.
Oh, really? Well, I got an invalid username. Are they playing Planet Coaster?
It says here.
Who?
This guy, I'm putting it in the chat.
In Team 5?
No,
No,
in
in,
Twitch chat.
Twitch chat.
Fox Twister Entertainment. Ah,
There's one viewer. He'll be happy to see all this.
I wanted to see someone with a face cam, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, I
Ray-
didn't know he. If he's even.
Is he even there? Let's check his stream.
He's lagging a lot. So.
Let's His stream isn't working for me.
Yeah, it's not working. So let's not.
Well, how come I got an invalid username for this person? There's only 2 people using webcams. Oh, it worked this time.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
All right, go wish this person a happy 5-year Planko anniversary. Bombard them, give them a follow and all that stuff. Thank you guys for coming out. We love you, and we'll see you in the next 5-year anniversary.
Yep. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.